afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to a very special IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame Elite 8 voting edition of the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. What's going on, y'all? This is me, your boy Larry B. Bring it to you here on a beautiful Christmas Eve. Can we get a shout out for Christmas? Yes! Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. I just gotta say, Thanksgiving is too. Any holiday I get to eat. But I will say, all glory to God, as I always say each and every show. There's gonna be a lot of applause happening right now. So, all shout out, big giant shout out to the man above, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible. So happy birthday, Jesus. That's right. And we are getting ready and set to release the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame the Elite 8, that is. And I'll tell you right now, this is special. This is the first year we're doing this. We've already inducted 3 Hall of Fame classes. And I'll tell you, those 3 Hall of Fame classes have been awesome. Today, a week from today, we'll be getting our 4th one. And this year, kind of funny, it was kind of by accident. I forgot about the round of 12. But what a beautiful accident it was. Because, I thought of, hey, you know what? The Elite 8 was already posted, and I was like, oh, that's right, there's another round in the middle of this. It's okay. We'll hold off a week, let it simmer for the Elite 8, and then, of course, have the show before we post the Elite 8 in a week from today. Hey, we'll have our Hall of Fame. So just one last little showcase, if you will, for these IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame candidates. Congratulations to you all for making it to this final round, and hey, you all deserve it. You're going to hear me say that a million times, but we got a whole bunch of great stuff for you today. Of course, I'll be talking sports. We have our segments mixed in the middle of these interviews. It's going to be a fun one, y'all. So, hey, whether you're tuned in for the whole 3 hours, for 20 seconds, 20 minutes, or an hour of this show, enjoy, or listen to the podcast version. Enjoy, listen to these diehards, of course, and let them tell you about why they deserve to be in this Hall of Fame. And, a week from today, we'll find out on New Year's Eve who will be owning one of those golden t-shirts coming up in this new year. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in live to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Let's rock and roll. Oh, yes. Can you feel the energy? I know we haven't been on the defining moment for a couple of weeks, actually about a month. Why? Because, the holidays and everything gets kind of crazy. However, I'm excited to work through this new year. Update. The sports couple perspectives will be back in the new year. So many craziness, so many crazy things, but so many blessings. We got to update you on so much. Huge blessings coming Celia's in my way. So we'll get to that. But let's start things off with a little bit of sports action. Actually, before we do that, I got to address the chat room. Big ups and thank you to my boy Taryn Rodriguez. He says, feels like it's been 5 hours since we did the show. Yeah, Taryn, I think it has been about 5 hours since we did the show. So, good one, brother. And yes, we're going old school today. We're going the distance. A 3-hour show. There's too many interviews, too many people, and too many sports to talk about. So let's do this, y'all, and get into it. Alright, starting things off with some MLB. What in the crap? Can we freaking get a deal? I mean, the minor leaguers, this isn't fair. This is not fair to the minor leaguers, okay? It's horrible when you hear like, oh yeah, a local single A are looking for homes for the season because, I don't know, maybe because the MLB doesn't fund it? That's kind of ridiculous. You drafted them, you should pay for them. I'm just saying. So MLB, lots of things to work out. And, lots of horrible things, I guess, going on. Hopefully we don't have a lockout. But let's just hope we can agree on some of the big things. We got salary issues, we got all kinds of stuff. Alex is just filling me in. I don't even know what else it's about. He's just filling me in a little bit ago, my boy Alexander Gaines. And, I'm just saying, we need a change. So, let's hope that happens with the MLB. Alright, let's hope we get an MLB on time this year. Pitchers and catchers will be reporting sometime next month, as we usually do in January. So, we kind of need some things to be worked out. Can we, make something happen? We appreciate it. Sincerely, sports fans. Alright, so, with that said, we got that, of course, just getting that out the way. We got so much to get into today, you guys. We're going to be talking soccer around the world. NHL, unfortunately, seems like it's on a brief hiatus. The Olympics, the Winter Olympics, the NHL teams, at least USA and Canada, pulled out some of their, the best, at least their NHL players, which sucks. So that happened, but totally understand. Thank you, COVID. Also, screw you, COVID. That's going down. And plenty more. So, let's keep the party going, y'all. I hope you're excited. We're having ourselves some fun, aren't we? So, once again, continuing on into a little bit of brief sports talk before we get to our first interview. We're gonna be talking. Let's see, where are we going to? Well, let's actually go ahead and talk about something small first, because I will not spend a whole bunch of time on this. Why? Well, because it's pretty simple. I'm not gonna go overboard on something that we've already talked plenty about this morning. My boy Taryn Rodriguez, chat room, and I. Bowl season! Well, it's been a great bowl season so far. Unfortunately, today, the East Coast Hawaii Bowl has been canceled. Thank you, COVID, again, for being an a-hole. We are not going to have that game, which sucks. But all the best to both Memphis and Hawaii moving forward into next year. Totally, things happen, y'all. So, bummed out. But we got plenty more bowl games coming up this year. We got one tomorrow. Really excited, actually. We got one bowl game tomorrow, which is pretty sweet on Christmas. The Camilla Bowl. So, tune in tomorrow. We got a good one as Georgia State will take on Ball State. You want to hear all the predictions and all of the in-depth conversation about these bowl games? Check out 3 and Out College Edition with my boy Mr. Taryn Rodriguez and myself. Oh yes, we've been going sporadically over the last couple of weeks, bringing you everything from Division III Championship, the Stag Bowl, Division II Championship, the NAIA Championship, the CCAA, the NJCAA. All those championships have been played. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, down to the wire with the FCS. And, well, that's coming up next. And then, of course, the conclusion of bowl season, the FCS Championship, and, of course, we have the Celebration Bowl in there. And then, of course, the National Championship coming up on the 10th. So stay tuned, y'all. Taryn and I are going to be delivering plenty more quick and dirty thoughts. Look, we need to just make this freaking tournament big. Why can't we do that? It is so frustrating. Over and over and over. Just saying, like, are you for real? Do we have to? Do we have to have this stupid tradition, okay, of, we need money. It's what it all comes down to is money, okay? Let's be real. All these different bowl games, and, it needs to be the Big Ten versus the Pac-12 in the Rose Bowl. And look, can we make those games, like, a part of the semifinals and quarterfinals of the championship? Hello, NCAA. Division I single A, that is. As Taryn said, can you take notes from the NAIA, okay? Or, for instance, me saying, can we take notes from the NAIA or from any of the other tournaments, such as Division III or Division II or the FCS even? Yeah. It's kind of annoying. So, I'm all over that. So, yeah. With that said, we will now move on in. We're going to stay football, y'all. We're going to go NFL right now. So, let's go a little bit of NFL talk, and just let me give you my thoughts so far. Well, Tuesday night. Awesome. We had a sloppy Week 15. There were games on Tuesday. The Raiders beat a team of backups. Whoop-de-doo Raiders. Of course, you know me, Raider fan. But hey, we at least got a victory. We're still not for the playoffs. Don't know how, but we're still there. But yeah, we have ourselves a cool little Thursday night football game. Realistically, last night, the Titans, the Niners had this game. I picked the Titans because I felt they were the better team. They proved that to be later in the game. But man, if the Titans continue to get off the starts like that, they're going to find themselves one and done in the playoffs really fast. So yeah, Titans, get it together. Regardless though, not a bad game, solid performance, and they got the victory. With that said, tomorrow we got some games going on Christmas Day. Browns and Packers going head-to-head. It should be really exciting for these. That's actually, the Browns, are they done being banged up and code protocols and all that? I'm not sure what's going on there. But the Packers are no one to mess with, and, well, I'm taking Packers. As for the Colts and Cardinals coming up tomorrow evening, that's going to be a football game. The Colts are actually pretty solid. I'm not going to ever count out the Colts again this year. They're a solid football team. But I will tell you right now, the Cardinals have just way too much firepower, and I do feel like they're going to win this game. But it should be a very fun game to enjoy. So that's going on. Sunday, hey, Lions and Falcons. Who cares? I'm just kidding. But the Falcons this shouldn't be easy, but it shouldn't be hard. So Falcons, hey, unless the Lions are just trying to salvage whatever they can, but I'm going Falcons all day. Ravens and Bengals, hey, the last time these two teams played, it was a close one. A very, very close game. Will it happen again? More than likely, but I kind of feel like right now, the Ravens should, it wasn't a close game, but I just kind of feel like the Colts, the Ravens are just, I'm sorry, I was thinking about the Browns and the Ravens, but as of right now, I feel like right now, this Ravens football team, they're hitting it just the right time, and I want to take the Bengals so bad. I'm just kidding, I'm going to take the Bengals again. Reason being is because, like what Terrence says here in the chat room, 100% agree, they blew them out. It was 41 to 17. I was thinking about the Browns, that's why. But overall, you guys, the Bengals are solid, okay? The Bengals are solid. Are they a Super Bowl winning team? Hell no. But they're good enough to beat the Ravens, all right? Let's be real. Moving forward, the Rams. Hey, Rams and Vikings. Let's hear it for the most underachieving team in the freaking world, the Minnesota Vikings. And the Rams are actually, pulling their heads out of their rear end at the right time. I thought they'd be a little bit better than this, even though they're 10-4. Goes to show you how many high hopes I had for the Rams this year. I'm going Rams on the road. Next up, Bills and Patriots. Let's just be real. Bill is going to beat the Bills. You know what? I think it's going to be a good game, but there's something about New England. They're playing in Gillette. It's Bill, you guys. It's freaking Bill. It's Bill. Can we just not forget it's Bill? Yeah, I'm going Pats. All right. The Jags taking on the Jets. Oh, man. Toilet Bowl 3 or whatever this year. I hate to say it, but this is just going to be one of those games that you watch literally for fun, because both teams are playing for fun. You don't even get into it, you just watch it, and you're like, hey, look, he's throwing the football. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. I'm going to go Jets, because the Jaguars have more problems than the Jets, but I don't know, it's going to be competitive, because, well, they're on the same level. It's just like the bottom level. So, anyway, Giants and Eagles, that's not a hard one to pick. The Giants have had their issues this year. The Eagles actually haven't looked too bad, but they don't look good. They certainly haven't looked horrible. So, to me, it's not going to be the easiest thing to go 100% and be like, yeah, these Giants are going to give a heck of a fight. It's probably going to be, it's a solid rivalry game. I'm not going to count the Giants out of this thing, but if I'm putting money on this, I would go Eagles all day, which I'm not a gambling man, but I definitely got to say Eagles. Next up, can we just be real? Buccaneers are probably going to smash the Panthers. I hate to say it. But let's just be real. I had such high hopes for the Panthers this year. You're going to hear John Felipe and I talk about that in a little bit when I play his interview. I don't want to be this guy that's like, oh man, bashing a team that I don't represent like I do with the Raiders. But I will say I had much higher hopes than the Panthers, or for the Panthers this year. However, as the Buccaneers coming into town, they're probably going to smack the Panthers. Let's be real. Chargers and Texans. If the Chargers even have a close game with the Texans, I won't even know what to think about the Chargers right now. I'm actually riding high on them right now. The Chargers should finish out the season very strong. The Texans shouldn't be a challenge, and if they are, you got a problem with the Chargers. So anyway, yeah, Chargers all day. Bears and Seahawks. This is another game that's gonna be. This is kind of sad. This is like the evolve. If this was Pokemon, the evolved version of Jaguars versus Jets is Bears versus Seahawks. I mean, I'm sorry, it sounds really mean, but let's be real. This game it's kind of sad. The Seahawks lost something big time. Ow. The Seahawks got kicked hard. I don't know what the hell happened to the Seahawks. But the Bears, I've learned to not have high expectations for them recently. I didn't think they'd have a great season, but man, they're 4-10. I didn't think it'd be that bad. But regardless, I don't know. I'm going to go Seahawks just because they're home. But realistically, there's no other reason why I'm going to go with this team. Steelers and Chiefs. Boy, I would love to see the Chiefs lose. The Raiders don't even have a chance. I mean, I guess we do mathematically. But just seeing the Chiefs lose makes me happy. Regardless, though, they're not going to lose. The Chiefs are freaking good. They're surging at the right time. They are a very, 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 very good football team. The Steelers they got more problems in the math book right now, so I don't know. But I do know right now for a fact that those Chiefs are going to come in ball, and they shouldn't be losing this game. Raiders and Broncos. Oh boy, this is like this is like the same deal as the Seahawks and the Bears. Nothing to enjoy here. Just if you're fans, you're watching because you want to cheer on the team. Let's be real. Even if these teams somehow sneak in the playoffs, they're not getting very far. And if they do, then I am extremely surprised here. But yeah, so the Raiders and Broncos. This is just like a pillow fight. Whoop-de-doo, you won. How do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, here's a cookie. Here you go. Here's a gift certificate for some frozen yogurt. Now, I love some frozen yogurt, but I'm just saying, that's pretty much what this game is. So, enjoy the victory, whoever wins. Then we have Sunday Night Football, Washington and Cowboys. Well, if the Cowboys somehow win this game. I'm just kidding. No, the Cowboys are probably going to have a struggle. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like they will. I kind of feel like the Cowboys are going to have this mental block versus, and I don't know why I feel this way, because they've been playing pretty good this year, but the Washington football team has actually played better than I thought they would. And I kind of feel like they're like, screw it. We have nothing to play for. We suck. I mean, they're 6-8. Can they still make the playoffs? Yes. But right now, I think it's more about ruining the Cowboys season, or at least knocking them down a notch. No matter what, Dallas is still going to the playoffs. But I don't know. The Cowboys are going to struggle in this one, I think. I think Washington's going to fight the hell out of them, which is going to be pretty funny and very entertaining to watch. But regardless, I'm still taking Dallas. I'm just trying to give Dallas a hard time. I think Washington will fight them. And then on Monday, hey, it's the Dolphins and the Saints. The Saints just knocked off the Buccaneers in a very good game. I loved that game. Some people, I'm sure, didn't like it. Very defensive. Freaking 9 points total. You know something? I liked it. I loved it. You know me. I love the defensive game. And the Dolphins! These freaking Dolphins. Can we just really quick? They've won, 7 games straight now? What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've won 6 straight, you guys. The Dolphins. Yeah, what the hell did they do? Get Jason Taylor back or something? Like, this is crazy. Do I think they're going to beat the Saints? I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I think their streak will end here. I'm going to go Saints. But man, wouldn't it be something to see that? Wouldn't it be something to see the Dolphins win? Anyway, y'all, that's my talk on the NFL. It's good stuff, man. So enjoy all these games this weekend as we get closer to the playoffs. Week 18. Yay! Nobody wants it. Some people probably do, but I certainly don't. 3 more weeks left, and let's enjoy it. So anyway, y'all, with that said, we're going to take ourselves a quick... Actually, hold on really fast. Let me read some comments here from the chat room, man. These are great comments here in the chat room. So, gotta say, big ups to everyone in this chat room going forward. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much for being here today. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of these comments here. Taryn says here, Bengals blew out Ravens first game. I saw it earlier, and yeah, like I said, I had to get my facts straight. I don't know. It was one of those Cleveland teams, or one of those Ohio teams. But yeah, thanks, Taryn. Yeah, the Bengals did business last time, and they're probably going to do it again. Adam Karnick in the chat room. What's going on, man? He says, Nick Foles is going to start for the Bears Sunday. Oh, no. Pardon me while I go weep in the corner for 3 hours. Well, I'm sorry, man. Taryn says, Jags, Jets, Texans, and Lions are vying for the #1 pick. What the battle commence. Yeah, they're just sad. Throw the Raiders in there, too. We suck. I'm sorry. Raiders are terrible. Anyway, Taryn says, I was going to say this on my show had I went live today. If the Chargers aren't winning by 14 or more, that team should have concerns going into weeks 17 and 18. Yeah, Taryn, you guys need to, snack on the Texans. I'm sorry, but you guys are too good of a football team to not, just have, a field day and then rest some starters. I'm just saying, I hate to diss the Texans like that, but they diss themselves, the Texans are, yeah. Anyway, at least this year. The Raiders can no longer win the AFC West. That happened in week 1, dude. If the Chiefs lose out and the Raiders win out, Chiefs have the tiebreaker, yes. And the Raiders suck, so it's what it is. But yes, that is very correct, yeah. Cowboys are in the playoffs thanks to the Titans winning over the Niners yesterday. Oh, well, there you go. I thought they did anyway, but okay, cool. And he says, Ian Book is starting for the Saints. Oh, I did not know that. I have the Dolphins winning this one by a hair. Dare I say it? I think it's 2 at a time. Yeah, hey, that's how I'm still gonna go Saints because I feel like this defense is solid, man. They shut out the freaking Buccaneers. So I'm gonna say that. But hey, man, I could really go either way. So anyway, y'all, that's a little bit of NFL talk coming your way. Thank you very much. And as I mentioned, y'all, stay tuned. Taryn and I are getting down talking bowl season, man. Check out the latest episode released earlier today. And, well, we will get at it coming up this coming week. Catch Taryn and I on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, talking more bowl season, getting you ready and set for all the good stuff, New Year's games coming up and everything, and just keep it going now. So 3 and out, of course. I'll be back tomorrow with the primetime face-off. Actually, not tomorrow, on Sunday. And yeah, those have been kind of hard to come by with just my time and sometimes just fans not being able to and all that. It's all good. But y'all know, next year will be a much better structure. You'll see. So with that said, you guys, that's going to do it for a little bit of football talk. We're going to take ourselves our first break. And when we get back, we will be talking to our very first IESports Radio Elite 8 Hall of Fame Class of 2021 nominee here. These are just no particular order, but Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr., y'all. You're listening to The Defining Moment right here on IESports Radio, your direct feed for all Dice Sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Rose Great. Here to give you what you want. Here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. We're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Motorsports takes many forms, and there's one show on IE Sports Radio that's ready to cover it all.
I sure hope you're talking about you and I, Daryl, because I know the Extra Mile is the best place to go for everything motorsports related.
Yes, it is. From NASCAR to IndyCar to sports cars to everything in between, IE Sports Radio has everything covered for the fastest sport in the world.
Plus, don't forget all of our random shenanigans along the way.
That's right, Caitlin. So for plenty of motorsports coverage and plenty of Caitlinisms, check out The Extra Mile on IE Sports Radio with Daryl Kinsey Jr. and Caitlin Seen, Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, here we are coming in with our first interview of the day. I'll tell you, I'm extremely excited for this because, well, this guy deserves it so freaking much. And as I said at the beginning of the show, we're going to have plenty of interviews pre-recorded today, of course. This interview was recorded on Wednesday, of course, December 22nd. And as you are listening to the show right now live on Friday, on Christmas Eve. But yeah, this, you're going to have a couple of these recorded ones and, of course, our live guests later on. But I'll tell you, this is exciting for me because it's something new we started this year, interviewing kind of like you listen to the show, you hear out all 8 of these candidates, and, well, you vote for who you think is most deserving of this Hall of Fame. And I'll tell you what, man, this is no shade on the other 7. This is not. But I'll tell you, this guy right here, I mean, if anybody was ever deserving of this honor, come on, he's got to be amongst the top of this, I'll tell you. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, glad to have him here today to spend a little bit of time with us during his extremely busy day and getting everything going, of course, during the holidays, and it's been a lot. But glad we can have him here today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, founder and host of The Extra Mile here on IE Sports Radio, running from January to November every single year. These guys have 1 month off, if that, then right back to it every season. There's a few shows off here and there. But can you blame them for running that long? And, well, let's just say that it is one of the most successful shows here on the network. And I'm just, I just hope that this thing stays around as long as we can possibly keep it. As long as we can keep Daryl before he turns into this giant anchor somewhere working for somebody. That forbids it. Let's hope not. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, once again, founder and host of The Extra Mile, and, of course, this all-around great guy, die-hard auto sports fan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Hey, good evening, everybody, and thank you, Larry, for that glowing introduction. I'm doing well, finally off from the day job on a little bit of Christmas break, and I'm glad we're doing this now compared to a week ago, because about a week ago around this time, I probably would not have been in the mood to talk to anybody if you guys saw how that F1 final went. But other than that, I'm glad to be here and talking to you again.
Hey, same here, brother. I'm so glad you're here on the show. Yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and clear that up immediately. It's probably the worst officiating I've ever seen in Formula One. I've been watching it for about 20 years now. Like watching it in depth again for the first time in a long time. It's only been the last couple of years. But I'll tell you what, man. Horribleness at the end of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Regardless, we all know how it ended. Daryl wasn't very happy, and you know what? Neither was I. I was very frustrated with how the thing ended, and let's just go ahead and give Daryl a pass there, because yeah, I think a lot of people like yourself, like myself, were not very happy with that whole debacle, that whole nonsense that went on.
Not at all.
And, well, yeah. Regardless, though, here we are a week removed from that, and glad, once again, we're looking at brighter spirits coming our way, and well, I'll tell you what, this is certainly, an honor to have you on today's show, man. Of course, as you know, today is the IE Sports Radio Elite 8 Candidate Hall of Fame class a voting, of course, episode for the class of 2021. And Mr. Joe Kinsey Jr., you were nominated, and you have survived every single round. The last one, it's kind of funny. We have you up first talking tonight because, well, you actually got into a tiebreaker. From the Sweet 16, you were doing great. You were getting plenty of votes, and then right at the end, more votes started coming in for everybody else. It seems like, and you ended up in a tiebreaker with our very own Marcus Loves Great, who of course does our boxing / MMA, of course, combat show here. And we did a tiebreaker and nearly a week long, and well, it ended with 13 votes to 10, and you got him, and well, you have earned your way into this Elite 8, and like I said, you're the first one up today to talk about, your, why you feel that you definitely deserve to be in this darn Hall of Fame, and hey, man, I'm glad that you were able to be here today with us, and I'm really, really happy that, you've been a part of this family for so long, man. So you and Marcus had a tough one down to the end, but you got the better of him, and here you are, man. So with that said, Daryl, I'm going to shut up. Brother, it has been an amazing experience. It has been an amazing, awesome last couple of years as having you here since IE Sports Radio was basically in its infant stages. And, well, here you are, man, and you're still around. You're still delivering probably the best, in my opinion, the best freaking auto sports show that the internet has to offer. I mean, Daryl, the floor is yours, brother, but please let everybody know, man, of course, a brief introduction of how you got started with IE Sports Radio, and then, of course, hey, man, why you feel that, you know what, I deserve one of those gold shirts. What do you think, man?
Well, the way I got started will always stick out to me because I wasn't even thinking about having a podcast at first. I was settling in to get ready to watch the Rolex 24, as I often am. And you, good sir, messaged me because you heard from Phil Jones, who's no longer with the network, but we still appreciate him. Thank you, Phil, if you're listening. You were trying to start the motorsports show, and Phil pointed you my way. And honestly, it took less than a second for me to say yes. And after that first show, it was amazing, and I've been here ever since. I will say that as you said, I was basically here from the infancy of the network, and I feel like I have grown as the network has grown. And really, IE Sports Radio is really what rekindled my love for doing this, which is just talking on the microphone about motorsports every Thursday, and helped me get through school, both undergrad and graduate. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
And I just, to be honest, the reason why I believe that I deserve this is just I've watched this network grow, and I've grown with it every year. I think every year we've gotten better and better and better. We've had some awesome shows. Some of my favorites were doing during, of course, when we had to scramble during the pandemic, and we did the COVID Red Flag series. And we got to talk to a bunch of people around the racing world. We got to talk to Mike Harmon. Raja Caruth was a favorite of mine as well. Got to talk to Stingray Robb and all those different type of people in the industry, stuff that we're trying to get back to. And we're really trying to grow the show out. We've trying to get deeper into NASCAR. We've had a couple of conversations with Chris Hacker, who's driving in the truck series. Definitely trying to grow that. And I think just above anything, I wouldn't be where I was without my co-hosts. I will say that. And this honor would be as much for everyone that has helped me with this show more than myself. Even with Chris and Michael, who's been here pretty much from the start, and then Lita and Caitlin, who were with me for a lion's share of this time. This award would really be for them because I'll admit it, being on here when I started alone was fine, but this show got so much better for me, I think for the listeners as well, when we had those co-hosts with me. So this award just wouldn't be for me. This would be for all of the co-hosts that I've had over the 6 years doing this show.
Daryl, spoken as a true humble man as you are, or as the true humble man that you are, I completely agree that this show, I mean, it was awesome when you were by yourself, in my opinion. I thought it was great. And then you added more, and it gets added more. And honestly, everybody that has something to do with this, completely incredible, man. The people that we've got to interview during this, I mean, we got to talk to Mario Andretti. I mean, come on, man. Like, that wasn't huge or anything. The amazing people we've got to do, I still remember that day. That was incredible. But, like, all these amazing things that you have brought forth with this show. And then, of course, yes, the guests, the co-hosts, of course, that you've had a part of this, just amazing people that I'm so thankful for that had their time here with us, and just awesome. Big shout out to Lita and to Caitlin, and of course, Michael for staying with us since the very beginning. Now, Christopher coming in, adding a different dynamic. It's awesome, awesome, awesome stuff, and great people. Matt White being a part of this for a brief stint, and just such a great group of people. And I'll tell you, it was this show has just blossomed so much into what I always knew it would be. This show is amazing, and you've done such an amazing job, Daryl. And I'll tell you, man, this is just awesome. I've said the word amazing like 1,500 times already in this segment, so my apologies, but there's no other way to put it. It is absolutely amazing what you have done, and I am just so excited that I had to be on this network, man. So it is surely our honor for having you on this thing. And like I said, you deserve this. I am hoping the votes go in your favor, man. I am really pulling for you because this is huge. And what you've been able to do with it during the red flag, I mean, just so much, man. You have done so much for this station, and it has just shown in every facet. So, I mean, I remember, what was the second show? The very second show, you and me were talking about the ARCA safety. Like the safety in the ARCA cars, remember? It was.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember what happened in that race, but ARCA was being ARCA at Daytona, and we were talking about just how the safety has come up because those guys do not know how to use their brakes at all when it comes to these big tracks, and unfortunately that has borne out over the past few years. It's probably why ARCA's down to like less than 20 cars as it is. People keep tearing up equipment, but we've had so many good conversations over the years, and unfortunately had to deal with some controversial topics, especially last year when it came to a lot of the racial reckoning that I said that NASCAR came through. We also dealt with, a lot of the conversations with Formula One and whether or not it was exciting to watch one team dominate everything like Mercedes has done, and going through everything with IndyCar. Unfortunately, during our time here, we lost Justin Wilson while we were doing the show. So it's really, we've gone through a lot. We've seen a lot of change in motorsports here, and I'm just excited to see what's going to change in 6 more years of doing this. We've got some plans for the show going forward, but I'm just happy that I'm still here and still able to do this every week and still able to come onto this network. And I really thank you for giving me the opportunity to have the movie Extra Mile to this platform and be able to come on every January through November.
Daryl, I'm going to throw it right back at you, brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can take it and say I appreciate you and thank you very much. But I was going to give it right back and say, dude, thank you for being a part of this network and making this show what it's been and just bringing everybody aboard and just... You're a true professional, man. You're a true professional. You have your undergrad in journalism. You also have your master's now in journalism. You're working for a network, I believe you had said. You're doing a lot of huge things, man. WBGR, I believe, is what you were also working for the station before this. I don't know if you're still with them, but all I know is you've done so freaking much, man. And this show, The Extra Mile, has just... Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not heard The Extra Mile, please make your way over right now to where all of our podcasts are, of course, everywhere, all over, pretty much every single platform you can find, of course, on YouTube, anywhere. And just please give the show a listen and just know how special this show really is and how awesome it really is and how much Daryl has really put into this. And of course, the guys, Michael and Christopher and everybody else, once again, that came before. It's just been awesome, Daryl. And well, in conclusion, man, we're coming up here on our time, but I just got to say, man, in conclusion, this has just been absolutely incredible. And you, sir, are so deserving of being a part of this Hall of Fame. I really hope the time doesn't come where you have to say, hey, man, looks like my contract for the major station that I signed with. I'm sorry. It's bittersweet because I know one day it's going to be inevitable, and I hate to say that, but at the same exact time, I'm happy to say that as well because I know it's only a matter of time, man, before you get snatched up by somebody. And I'd love to be able to keep you, man. But I know this is your life, this is your living, and one day we're going to see you trackside somewhere, man, because you're too good. You're too good to not land at a place like that. So I just got to say, man, I'm just happy that we have you now and for the time being, and I hope your contract one day, wherever you go, actually permits you to still do this. That would be the best scenario, the best case scenario. Regardless, though, even if it doesn't, Daryl, no matter what, man, I look at you as one of the greatest freaking interviewers I've ever heard, one of the most professionals I've ever heard, and absolutely, man, probably just one of the best people I know. I'm blessed to know you, man. I'm glad to call you a good friend of mine. I'm just happy that you're one of the COOs of IE Sports Radio, and I'm just glad to have you. Of course, I forgot to put that in your introduction because you have so many accolades and credentials here with us, but I just know that you deserve this, man, and we appreciate you so very much. So with that, man, with that said, man, conclusion, anything else you want to go ahead and say to the listeners out there?
I just want to say to everyone that's listened to the show over the last couple of 6 years, thank you so much for listening to The Extra Mile. I've had so much fun doing it. We'll be back in January in 2022 for the next green flag on the Global Motorsports season. I can't wait. There's a lot of good things coming down the pike in all three of the main series we talk about. We're thinking of adding some more series as well to talk about, as well on a more regular basis. So stay tuned. I cannot wait. I know you guys can't wait either. And Larry, thank you so much.
Well, you are very welcome, and thank you very much as well, good sir. We appreciate you so much, and well, we look forward to hearing this next season of The Extra Mile, and of course, we look forward to all these great things coming your way, man, and just coming our way, and I can't wait to hear the next season, man. You're awesome to listen to, and it's exciting, man. So big ups to you and all the guys over there at The Extra Mile. We appreciate you so much. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hear ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we're gonna be talking plenty more sports, and we're gonna have plenty more interviews here with our Elite 8 candidates for the Final Four, of course, of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame Class 2001 voting. Well, here we go, y'all. Well, that said, take us a quick break. When we get back, we will get back to y'all right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, hear me and hear me good. If you like sports, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. If you like comedy, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. If you like a different opinion coming from a different angle, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. So join me Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your host, Jelani J.B. Bodie. And of course, my man Lopan on the WaitAMinuteShow.com. Ain't that right, Lopan?
What is going on, everybody? My name is Harrison Glazer, and we're coming at you from the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. I cover the Jets, the Islanders, the Nets, and the Yankees.
This is Pierre Moss, and I cover the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and the Giants.
Our show is live every Wednesday through Spreaker and a bunch of other ways to get our content. Again, we're the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. We talk about all those New York sports. It's a lot of fun. We get into all of it. Please tune in. Again, that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And we look forward to having you guys right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, as I said in the last segment, yes, here we go with interview number 2 of the show. Super excited as for all of them, as you just heard talking a little bit ago with Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr. Well, we're bringing on yet another IE Sports Radio member that has made it to the Elite 8 here of the IE Sports Radio Class of 2021 Hall of Fame voting. Oh my gosh, it is awesome to have this guy here, and it is just awesome for everybody, of course, here today. We've got plenty more coming up. Some, as we mentioned earlier, some live ones coming on up here. We got some more recording. We just got all kinds of stuff here. Actually, I don't even know what we're doing. it's currently Wednesday night. Just interviewed Daryl a little bit ago, so who knows what the order is now on the show. However, we do got this interview here, and I'm excited as can be to have him here. He just finished Chi-Town Weekly, of course. And, well, it's getting close to midnight over there, so we're going to try and hurry through this one. But I just got to say, man, he is awesome to give us this time of day, or time of night, if you will, over where he's at. Ladies and gentlemen, he, of course, is one of the COOs here of IE Sports Radio. He is founder and co-host of Chi-Town Weekly here on IE Sports Radio, talking all things Chicago sports. And he is co-host of the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio, talking all the things hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you one of the best guys I know. Awesome dude, and just overall die-hard sports fan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Mr. Adam Karnick. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well, Larry. Thank you. I am stunned that I made it this far into the process. Thank you to everybody that's been voting for not just myself, but for everybody in this. This is really humbling to have made it this far. Let's keep it going.
Well, I'm telling you, man, I am so excited. You just finished this round, by the way. This last round, you made it far, man. You finished the first round actually with 7 votes, getting out of the round of 32 into the round of 24. You made it, and you got out with with 5 total votes. You got in to the Sweet 16. In the Sweet 16, you made it, and your votes went up just a little bit. 16 votes heading in out of the Sweet 16. And, well, here you are now in the Elite 8. And I'll tell you what, this is a new tradition we're going to start doing with this show and this break during the Christmas week, of course, and everything. And, you know, Adam, I just gotta tell you, man, this is an honor. You have really helped the station evolve, get better and better and better, and it's some of your ideas, good sir, that have made this show, or made this station better. It's some of your critical thinking. It's some people that you brought aboard, such as Zachary Puplis. I mean, it does a lot, or you've done a lot with who you brought aboard and what you brought aboard. And I, sir, for one, cannot thank you enough for helping this station, man, just improve and get better and better. And, well, I'm just very happy to see that the voters have gotten you this far. And, man, this is crazy. I mean, You deserve it, man. As I told Daryl earlier, he deeply deserves this, and so do you, man. You've come a long way, and you've really helped out the station, as I said. So, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and give you the floor, man, because you deserve it. So, go ahead and let all of these listeners know out there, what is it, man? Why do you feel that you deserve one of those golden shirts for the class of 2021?
Well, thank you for the kind words, Larry. It's been a lot of fun working with you and everybody else at IE Sports Radio for the year plus that I've been doing Chi-Town Weekly, and before that, doing some jumping in and 3 and Out from time to time and talking football and other sports. It's been a ton of fun. So thank you for the opportunity. It's been a blast. Like so many people at IE Sports, it comes down to we just love talking sports. We just, it's something that brings people together, brings us all together, and we just enjoy talking. If nothing else, we can zero in on sports and find that thing, that beacon to talk about, whether it's somebody online or somebody that we just meet just passing by, walking in the street. Hey, you're wearing a Bears shirt. What'd you think of the game last night? Oh, God, that's stupid, this, that, or the other thing. Can you believe, rah, rah, rah. And suddenly, there you go. You've made a friend for that time. And that's something that I love doing online and on the show, just trying to have fun and interacting with people, but also trying to learn something every time when we go out there watching a broadcast or watching a game, trying to pick up something new, trying to understand what it is that we're taking in just a little bit better. That's something that I try to do with my show from time to time, to take in whether it's some of the more advanced sabermetrics going on in baseball with wins above replacement WAR or fielder independent pitching or some of those kinds of things, just trying to understand those better and bring them into the conversation, or a Corsi rating in hockey, just a different way to evaluate how well players are doing, trying to learn something and then bring that in and translate it to listeners than during the show. Sometimes I'm better at it than other times, but we're all learning, and hopefully we take away something new from it when we're all said and done, and we have some fun enjoying sports in a new way.
Man, I couldn't appreciate what you just said more. From being just a diehard fan to the CEO of this thing, well, one of them, because of course the real boss is over there at the kitchen table right now. I think, Adam, like I said, you're married, so you know who the boss is in the family.
Absolutely.
I got one of those over here too. But I will say, as the second if you will, CEO, number one in charge is over there, giving me a look. But I'll tell you right now, Adam, it has just been an honor, man. As CEO, as a sports fan, I couldn't appreciate what you said more, because it's absolutely correct, man. This is how it goes. This is sports. As Meg Renee in our PR department once said, football is family, and I completely agree. And that's what has brought all of us together. A lot of us, of course, it's just football and 3 and Out and everything, but sports is family, because it's incredible to know what we've done and how we've done it, and we're just keeping it going. But it's great people like you, Adam, that keep it going. It's great people like everybody in this Elite Eight, or everybody that was even nominated, or everybody who's even been a part of this thing, and all the rest of the IE Sports Radio family. I mean, we're just growing, we're just getting bigger and better, and it's just amazing to see what we've done and how far we've come, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. So that's what I'm saying. You deserve this. The IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame is going to grow by 4 every single year from here on out. And until IE Sports Radio, well, we intend to exist as long as everything else does, So we really hope that we just continue to add, the people who strongly deserve it every year. And it's a shame that only 4 of you, of course, that's the that's how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? But it sucks that all 8 of you can't be in this thing. But real quick, Adam, please continue, man. I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing, and absolutely, I think you definitely deserve to be in this thing. But yeah, man. I mean, go ahead. I did it backwards. Usually, I ask, of course, how your affiliation began with IE Sports Radio, and then why you feel like you deserve it. But well, go ahead and just reverse it a little bit, I guess, and drop it, and tell us how, of course, your affiliation began, and you already talked about 3 and Out and everything, but how everything became with IE Sports Radio with you, and then, of course, how you've grown to where you are today.
Well, I got this strange DM from some Larry B guy wanting to know if I wanted to be on this show called 3 and Out. That, hey, it looks like you're a Bears fan. Do you want to talk about the Bears? And it was quick search. Who is this person? What is this IE Sports Radio thing? Hey, oh no, this is actually kind of a legit thing. Oh, this is kind of cool. Well, yeah, this would be fun to do. Now, the first time it unfortunately didn't work out because of schedule conflicts, but we found other dates then that worked and got to go on and talk Bears and talk football, and it turned into other things. I started then doing my own podcast separately, not affiliated with anybody, just talking about Bears, and was enjoying that, still interacted with the station a little bit. Then, of course, the pandemic hit, and you and I had been talking back and forth a little bit, and then you were, hey, I'm looking to do a Chicago show. My host backed out on me at the last second. We have everything done. We have the name, we have the banner, we have the time, we have all the everything. We just need somebody to host it. Would you be interested? I turned to my wife, or my CEO, if you will, and it was, honey, can I please do this? And she gave me that look that I'm sure you know that look, and she was, okay, I know this is important to you. And it just exploded from there of just diving in and, what are the things I need to do? What are the final touches we need to do? I've been a consumer of sports talk radio for a few years now. I'm trying to think. At least 10 or 12 years now, I've been a consumer of sports talk radio, and to do that is just such a cool opportunity. And so to do that, I was, I need intro music, and I want to get this sound here and that sound here, and how can I do that, and all these different things that I like. That first night was like, okay, you're not going on for a couple of nights, but I had to get everything lined up that first night because I was, I've got a show and I needed to be perfect and I wanted to go. And then it went off, and it was, I'm probably going to need a microphone because, my computer, it's got a microphone, but, a microphone would make this sound so much better. All these planning things. And then sat down to do that show. The mic went on, and it was just the first thing that popped into my head was the first rule of talk radio: open mouth, say things. When in doubt, just keep the conversation going in some way. And it just started from there, and it's started to now. And gosh, Chi-Town Weekly is almost 70 episodes in. The next episode will be episode number 70 of Chi-Town Weekly, and just keeping that going. Obviously, lots of Bears talk throughout the football season, but I've had the opportunity to go more in depth in some of the other sports, some of the other teams in town. And you really encourage that of, be well-rounded, talk about the Cubs, talk about the White Sox, talk about the Blackhawks, know what's going on with the others. I have gotten so much more into the college aspect of sports. That was never a big thing for me growing up, but now keeping an eye on Northwestern, keeping an eye on DePaul. I actually talked about both DePaul's women's and men's basketball teams on the show tonight for just a little bit, throwing in like Loyola or Northwestern, Northern Illinois, things like that. Just getting all those, when in doubt, find some cool story about the sports that's going on, even if the major draw, like the Bears or the Cubs, is not necessarily a great thing to be talking about right now. There's always something fun to be talking about sports-wise going on in the city, and it's just to be able to get all that extra sports in and that extra knowledge and awareness of it. I have learned more about the WNBA and the Chicago Sky this past year from needing to come up with them if for no other reason than to talk about them during the show as they were doing their championship run than I've ever done. And having a young daughter that it's, hey, here's something that I can now show to her she can see, hey, sports isn't just, the grown men. She still, anytime she sees sports on the television, it's the Bears game. It's the Bears game. Well, no, they're playing basketball. It's not the Bears. But, it's that representation of she can see young women playing sports and, hey, Dad, let's enjoy this. Let's watch this together and grow that, pass that on to her and have that representation. It's just the ways that this can keep growing and getting bigger. It's been awesome and wonderful. And then to bring Zach in and talk about hockey and restarting the neutral zone, which we had missed it for a season or two there due to needing to find a host for it. Getting Zach to bring him in, and he and I can banter back and forth. I swear, we talk about hockey in that hour. We'll talk maybe 35 to 45 minutes of hockey, and the rest of it is me desperately trying to be the straight man while Zach is doing everything in his power to make me crack and intentionally derail the show in a good way. It's just been such a fun dynamic to have that with a co-host while still, hey, we're learning about hockey every single time we do a show. We're learning more about the teams and getting to see Seattle become an NHL city and talking about how hockey's got some of the most bizarre fans out there. Zach found a story of a Las Vegas fan, an old woman who has a prosthetic leg. She removed her prosthetic leg and turned it into an improvised billy club to use against somebody in the stands.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. Hockey people are different. I like this.
Oh, my goodness.
Different dynamics we've gotten to do by just being involved with IE Sports Radio. It's been such a blast, such a fun trip.
This is, Adam, that deserves an applause. Man, that was awesome. See, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what we love. This is it. And, I love encouraging all of our podcasters here. Please, break outside your comfort zone. Get into something that you may not have known too much about and enjoy it. I had a grin on my face. And don't get me wrong, I was definitely grinning about the adventures of Zach and Adam. Trust me, on the Neutral Zone. But yeah, a.k.a. the Neutral Zone.
That is even shameless plug for a moment. Even if you're not necessarily a fan of hockey, Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock in the Pacific, we'll keep you entertained one way or another. You might come away not necessarily learning all that much about hockey, but you'll come away with an hour of entertainment, if nothing else. We'll get you to the hockey. We'll get you to enjoying pucks and learning about the neutral zone, why we call it the neutral zone, and what the red line means, and all that kind of stuff. But if nothing else, you're going to have a fun time for that hour listening to us.
Oh, man. I'm so excited just to continue. I got to listen to the one from last past week and catch up with you guys. But that was awesome. The part about your daughter, just seeing, it's true. Young women deserve to know that, yes, they can go on and do great things in sports. And the same thing I tell my students at school, in high school. Let this sport, if it's not going to do anything else for you, let it pay for your school. You know what I mean? Let it pay for your school. So With that said, I'm just so excited, man, for all these wonderful directions that you guys are going in with the show, and just with all these wonderful things, man. I could talk to you forever with all these sports and great things, Adam. We before we even started the broadcast or the recording, we were talking about college football and all these things, but I do know it's 15 minutes till midnight over there, and it's getting pretty close. So, with that said, Adam, final thoughts, man, and of course, final thoughts and statements and everything here for this show here today, man. What have you got left for the listeners?
Thank you for the support. Thank you for listening to me on Chi-Town Weekly, for Daryl on the Extra Mile on Thursday nights. Thank you for listening to Gina when she's in. I know she's on a little bit of a hiatus for right now, but listening to all things Northern California. Just thank you for continuing to support IE Sports Radio. It really does mean a lot to all of us. To make it this far into the Hall of Fame is truly an honor. Yes, it would be fantastic to get through this round, but even if this is where it ends, this is exciting. This has been very humbling, to say the least, to get this far, and I am excited. I've been officially affiliated with a network for a little over a year now. It's been about 15 months. I am very excited to see what the next 15 months has in store for us as we all get out of this pandemic and things come back to normal and sports ramps up in the way that sports only can. It's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I am so excited to be with this awesome sports family for every moment of it.
Man, it's making me happy. That's awesome to hear, Adam, and I appreciate every bit of it, man. Thank you so much again for being here tonight, brother, and we just appreciate you for being on this show, and all the best to you, man. I hope you definitely deserve to be in this thing. If not, you'll definitely be on the ballot next year. But dude, I'm just saying, I hope you get in. Yeah, I hope all of you get in. I know it's impossible, but you all deserve it, even whether it's this year or next year, man. But you definitely deserve it. We appreciate you so very much. But with that said, y'all, that will do it for Mr. Adam Karnick. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to another Elite 8 voter, or voted into the Elite 8 here on IE Sports Radio. As we talk to Mr. Saints Gumbo himself, Mr. Colin Reynolds. You are now officially tuned in once again live to the special IE Sports Radio 2021 Hall of Fame class voting episode here. Talking sports and talking to the Elite 8 of those candidates still ready to roll and still in this thing. Once again, we thank you, Mr. Adam Karnick, and we will take us a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy Dentarius Law.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreak ISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What's up, everybody? This is Darren Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, we appreciate Mr. Adam Karnick for his time right now and tell him why he deserves to be in this Hall of Fame. And it was awesome talking to him. Awesome talking to Daryl earlier. And, well, here we go. Getting on in now to our next recorded interview. And, of course, it's Wednesday night, late night on Wednesday night. Recording 3 interviews today. I don't even know where we are in the structure of the show on Friday already. We have a couple live ones that might have gone already. We have some couple live ones that might be going later. We have some recordings that might be coming up. All I know is this is the time of the man who created the phrase, at least in my opinion, Saints Gumbo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's waste no time introducing this next Elite 8 candidate, or Final Four, that is, of course. IE Sports Radio Class 2021 Hall of Fame candidate here in the Elite 8. This man is unreal. He has been around IE Sports Radio for, oh my goodness, almost as many years as it's been around. He was a guest in the infant stages of IE Sports Radio. He was on 3 and Out numerous times before he was even a part of 3 and Out. For one season, or 1 or 2, I believe, he was actually a guest, a co-host of this show, lending his time for up to 3 hours sometimes, and he has been on numerous primetime face-offs. This man has just been in and around IE Sports Radio for a very long time, and, well, I can't express how much this guy really means to this station, and I'm so happy that he has made it this far in the Hall of Fame voting. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcoming here tonight to talk about his journey through IE Sports Radio, and of course, why he feels he needs to be up in this Hall of Fame here tonight. Well, coming up next week, a week from today, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the one, the only, Mr. Saints Gumbo himself, the Fat Mac, Mr. Colin Reynolds. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, man, what's going on there? I'm excited, man. This right here, man, is big time, man. I'm just grateful for the opportunity, Larry B.
Hey, brother, I'm grateful to have you a part of the station, man. I mean, you're a great dude, man. I am blessed with the privilege to call you a good friend of mine. You are a great person, Colin, and I'm just so excited to have you like I said, just around the station for as long as you've been, man. And let's just be real. You're a Saints fan. You are diehard. And well, let's just say that gold T-shirt will look pretty good on you, man. Just saying, you're used to wearing that black and gold, so you know.
Yeah, man. It's just, bro. First, man. Bro, I appreciate the friendship, man. I appreciate all the opportunities over the years, man. And honestly, bro, I mean, I put some time in with you guys. I think the gold shirt look nice on me, man. Especially, I need a new shirt because the weight loss and everything. My other shirt is way too big now. So, hey,
Colin, where's that applause button? Ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know Callum the way I do, the way some of you out there do, I know some of you do, especially some of you who are part of the IESR Sports Radio family listening right now. A lot of you follow him on Facebook. A lot of you follow him on Twitter. Callum 2.0, the Fat Mac 2.0 was in full effect. I forgot how long ago it was, but I'll tell you what, man, it's incredible, man. You've made leaps and gains. You have done something amazing, man. I mean, it's awesome to see you just making a turn for the better when it comes to you. I mean, at the end of the day, brother, no matter what, you're always the Fat Man. You're always the man, no matter what. But I'm just saying, it's awesome. You know, you made a different choice. And I just feel that it's really cool, man. You've done so much. You're an inspiration, and it's just amazing to see what you've done, and man, I can't even explain to you how much of an inspiration you are, man. Because me, even as an athlete, I mean, it's just an inspiration that hey, somebody with this kind of drive, somebody with God in their heart, somebody who knows what's up with that personal connection with God, family, friends, those who mean the most, and of course with yourself, making things happen for yourself and for everybody else around you. Colin, you're an inspiration, man. That journey has been amazing to watch.
hey, man, I really appreciate it, Larry. Man, life, sometimes you feel like you're doing, putting all your effort into it, and sometimes it goes unnoticed. But man, it's the goal to keep on pushing, man, to just be infectious to people, and to be contagious, and hopefully something that you do in this world and rub off on somebody. And if you help one person along the way, then your living won't be in vain, man.
I couldn't agree more, brother. So I'm happy for tonight, man, to have you on here for just a little bit. Like I said, I know it's getting real close to 11 p.m. over there Central Time. So like I said, we'll get through this thing in the next 10 minutes. But first things first, Colin, we got to tell our listeners out there, man, for those of you who don't know if they've been living under a rock, maybe they're just new listeners of IE Sports Radio, or maybe they just want to relive some of the best moments of the Fat Mac, man. But I'm just saying, man, let everybody know how you became affiliated with IE Sports Radio and your journey all the way until now with this station.
Well, man, first, I remember I was debating on creating a Twitter, and man, one day I just created a Twitter, and I think I was tweeting about some Saints or something, and I don't know how you inbox me, like, you want to talk about some football or something, like, I like sports, but me just commentating, talking about, I was kind of like, nah, and then we went back and forth, and y'all like, man, let's do it, man. I remember my first couple of instances on the show, being a guest, talking about my Saints. I was talking with Justin Ekstrom, man. I was with the Minnesota and the Saints battles, and Vince Wright, H-Town Blake, a couple of those first couple guys, Jelani, JB Boldy, he was a Falcons fan. A couple of those great guys, man. We just kind of chopped it up, and we had some of those first few, like you say, and when it was in its infancy, some of those face-offs and everything, man, and I was like, man, I never thought that I could be someone and have some kind of good sports content to talk about. A lot of people say they're fans of sports and, the X's and O's and numbers and everything like that, man. And when you gave me the opportunity to talk about it, it kind of forced me to kind of do my research. It forced me to kind of be more than just a fan, but more of a bigger follower of not just my team of the game,
Hey, man, that's awesome, and I love that. And I'm telling you, you've made me a better host in so many ways, man. I love it. So just biting off of what you had some amazing things you brought forth. Your research, you made me even a more diehard fan. Like, your passion, it just bleeds through, man. Every face-off you're in, you come with every fact you can bring. I mean, just stats, everything, man. Just that pure love for the game. I love it, brother. So with that said, man, let everybody know out there right now. Everybody that's going to be voting, man. This is a big thing. You know that. We get the votes every year. This is a brand new thing we started, of course. with this week being the week where we start voting, and we have the show where you kind of showcase stuff a little bit. Please let all listeners listening right now know, Colin, why you feel you should be in this Hall of Fame and receive one of those gold shirts coming up this year, man.
Well, first, man, I gotta give all kudos and props to everyone that's already and has been inducted into the Hall of Fame in prior years, and also to my fellow nominees for this year. But I feel that I'm deserving of the pick this year, of the vote this year, because of the fact of that I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about the game. I'm passionate just about the content. But honestly, man, Larry B, I think that the IE Sports Radio family should reward me this year because of the fact that, like you said, I've been here since the infancy. I've been here since trying to get into the crevices of finding what's going to work, what's not going to work, the trials and error. I mean, from 3 and out, even the defining moment, I was a little bit partially doing the tweets for the NBA page when it first started. Also, we talk about the Saints and NFL, and then behind the scenes, man. Me and you can have numerous talks about how can we improve the show going forward. From the Spreaker app to doing this kind of content, what kind of platform we're going to use to get the message out there, what kind of tweets we can do to engage the people. I just feel that I've been with the foundation, and now the show has come to become something great. I have friends and family across America listening to this show, engaging with the content, man. I just feel that who I am, man. Like I said, I'm a people's person. I'm a sportsman, and I'm passionate about this. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for recognition. And when you just be who you are, it rewards you. And I think this is my season.
Hey, brother, I couldn't agree more, man. Let me get that applause button, brother. You deserve it. All of you do, man. Every one of you in the Elite Eight deserve it. And if you haven't been, in this year, man, I hope because you've been in the voting before, huh, Colin? You've been, I think, on the.
Yeah, I've been in before, and I haven't reached to this point, and I think this year, I know voting is big. It's big with popularity, but I mean. Hey, it's about followers, it's about that. But I think just within the IE Sports Radio family, let alone the outside votes, I think that inside the family, people that listen to the show and they hear everything that you say about me. They hear what I say about me. But when they listen to the passion, they listen to the facts, and they just see that the drive that I have when it comes down to my teams and just to the sports itself. I have to quote the great LeBron James with this. If you be loyal to the game's going to be loyal back to you. And if you put your all into it, then it'll come back to you. So at this point, man, Larry, I've put in the work, I've put in the time, I've put in the passion. Now it's time to see if the people's going to reward me as the way I feel I deserve.
Brother, I couldn't agree more, man. And Colin, you are so deserving of this, man. So you've been a part of this for so many years. So, like I said, man, you have a full week with this show. Of course, tonight's Wednesday night. We're pre-recording this, but on the actual show, it's Christmas Eve right now, and 1 week from today, the minute this show ends on Christmas Eve, the voting poll at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, where you are, Colin. The voting poll will be released, and people have a week to listen to this show, to hear everything you guys had to say and everybody else, and cast their vote for who they think is deserving the most of it. And like I said, you all deserve it. You all made it this far. But, brother, it's the truth, man. And this time, well, coming up next week, man, at the 6 p.m. Central Time, your time, we're going to have our Final Four and the ones who get in and our inductees. And I'll tell you what, man, it has just been an honor. It has been an honor having you a part of this, brother. I cannot tell you how much you mean to this station. I really can't, Colin. There's no way I can actually sit here and tell you what the Fat Mac means to IE Sports Radio, because you've been such a vital part of our growth, man.
Hey, man, Larry, that's very touching, man. It means a lot. I mean, I look forward to the tweets, y'all. I mean, the family. I look forward to the content, man. When I have a downtime at work, church, wherever I'm at, I know if I get on the Twitter feed, I know I get on our inbox, so I can get some sports news and just the dialogue and the different back and forth with our IE Sports Radio family, man. It means a lot. And then to you, Larry B, man, you reached out and even times I couldn't turn you down, I couldn't do it because of work or personal life. You can say, well, I'm not going to have it back on. You gave me the opportunity to be a part of a family. That means a lot to me. Family is everything. I tell people all the time that by DNA, you relate to people by blood through DNA, but love was really make people related and connected, man. I feel the love from you since the first day I met you. I feel love through the family, IE Sports Radio family, through the Twitter fingers. I believe we all are connected, man. And the other 7 nominees, man, y'all are great people. I watch your content. Keep tweeting, keep putting things out. And, if for the ones that's going to make it in, congratulations ahead of time. For those that don't make it in, continue being who you are. Don't not let the voting don't let this stop you from doing what you do, man. Just be the best you that you can be, and everything else will fix itself.
I completely agree, and at some point in time, all 8 of you I know are going to be in this Hall of Fame. It's just a matter of fact of when, and that's how I feel, brother. So with that said, man, that's going to conclude this segment here today. But with that said, close us out, Colin. Tell everybody, man, I love one of my favorite things, like you always say, is Fat Mac. And I just close it out close this out column style, man. Saints Gumbo style. Tell everybody know where they can find you. And of course, brother, break down Fat Mac, man, in this segment for us.
Hey, man, and listen, it's for the Saints Gumbo right here. Listen, I'm Fat Mac. Hey, you can find me on all social media platforms and search Fat Mac. FATMAC. That stands for Faith and Trials Make a Christian. With helping hands and loving hearts will make the world a better place.
Colin, I'll tell you right now, man, my fiance just heard that right now. I called her over here to hear that right now, brother, because every time you say that, I just feel this feeling that it's awesome, man. You've been saying that every single time you end out the same exact way, man. Faith and trials make a Christian. I mean, it just everything, man. I don't want to mess with the second part because I don't got it down on lock just yet, but it's the truth, man. And man, that's all it is, man. With love, we got this, man. So I'll tell you what, it means so much to have you a part of this. Thank you so much for being here tonight, brother. With that said, man, that's gonna do it. But hey, we look forward to hearing you back soon, and we got you. So with that said, y'all, that's gonna do it for this segment. When we get back, we got plenty more Hall of Fame candidates coming your way, and plenty more sports right here on the Defining Moment, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after this.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Beantown Brandon from Titletown Sports, right here on the greatest, and I mean the absolute greatest podcast team right here on IESR Sports Radio. That's right. Come join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from the greatest city on earth, Boston, Massachusetts, here to talk about all things Boston sports. That is right, baby. We get in to talk about some Boston Red Sox, Boston Celtics, Boston Bruins, New England Revolutions, Boston College Eagles, and of course, your host's favorite team of all, the New England Patriots, baby. Woo! That's right. Come join your host, Beantown Brandon, and let's relive all the glory days of the past, all the great championships that we've endured, all the horrible, heartbreaking losses that even yours truly chooses to forget. So you know what? Grab an ice cold Samuel Adams. Come with me to Faneuil Hall as we go pick up that lobster roll we've been craving earlier in the week. Let's get some clam chowder, warm ourselves up to some Titletown Sports. Any way you like it, we're gonna have a blast. So you know what to do. Join your host, Beantown Brandon, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming at you from the home and the heartland of Boston, Massachusetts, to represent your New England and Boston sports. Weekly, right here on Titletown Sports, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is Boston sports. See you there.
shores of the Puget Sound to the rushing waters of the Columbia River, stretching across the Great Cascades, and on IE Sports Radio lives the Northwest Territory Sports Show, hosted by me, Brad Buckingham. On this show, I cover all the great collegiate and professional sport teams that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Of course, I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Mariners, Sounders, and even the Seattle Kraken. But I can't forget all of that is good in Oregon either. I got the Trailblazers, the Oregon Ducks, the Beavers, even the Timbers, and much, much more. You can listen to the show every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, noon to 1 p.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, here we go with yet another interview on the day. My goodness, this interview actually we recorded from yesterday on Thursday the 23rd. And I'll tell you, it is awesome to have this gentleman on here tonight. We've heard from plenty of the candidates so far in the Elite Eight. And as I continually say in every one of these interviews, I am so bummed that all 8 of them just can't be a part of this year. But you know the rule, only 4 enter. Whoever doesn't make it, I'll definitely got to have back on the ballot next year. But man, this has been such a close race. And well, I'll tell you right now, I'm glad you could spare a little time for us here on a busy Christmas Eve, if you will, on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, founder and host of the Carolina Cast, an amazing show here on IE Sports Radio. Has been going on for just a little bit, but let me give it its official full name. The Carolina Cast, the podcast the podcast of, by, and for the Carolinas with John Felipe. And I'll tell you right now, this young man has been a part of IE Sports Radio for so many years, pretty much in its infancy, as we heard Kylam, of course, talking today, Mr. Kylam Reynolds, earlier today in the show. He was a part of this show called 3 and Out that I think all of you know too well here at IE Sports Radio. He was a co-host of that for a long time. He was a long-time call-in guest on 3 and Out, as well as on The Defining Moment. He is one of the biggest Panther fans, if not the biggest Panther fan you'll ever meet. He is one half of the Brothers Blue on YouTube, and his brother do great things. Still gotta get him on the show. Still gotta get him on the show one day. And I'll tell you right now, he is blossoming into one heck of a podcaster right now. He does YouTube, and now he conquered YouTube, and now he's conquering the podcast airwaves here at IE Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of the Elite 8 candidates this year. Well, one of the Final 4 candidates, of course, here in the Elite 8. Ladies and gentlemen, he is none other than historic, and I will say it, historic IE Sports Radio family, because this guy goes so deeply rooted back into IE Sports Radio. Welcoming none other than Mr. John Felipe. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Oh my goodness, Larry, I could not have asked for a better introduction. Honestly, I have to have you following around me everywhere.
Hey, man, you're very unhyped, man. I'll introduce you when you go to work, when you go to class.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, with a 4-year computer science degree, working on his master's.
I know, right? 3 semesters in. 25 credits deep. This
No, we have to bring back, though, Larry. We have to bring back that Pro Bowl episode that they still haven't initiated into the Pro Bowl.
I hit the applause button again. I'm sorry. I gotta go back and find that thing in the external hard drive. Because, ladies and gentlemen, John Felipe and I found the cure for the Pro Bowl. I mean,
we did. We found the panacea.
We did. I mean, dude,
penicillin.
The penicillin. You're funny, man. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, man. We came up with such an amazing format that day for the Pro Bowl. John, we have had so many great podcasts together, brother. We've had so many great moments on air and even off air, just talking about football, even life. I mean, brother, I am so happy to call you a good friend of mine and just a colleague here. You are the man, dude, and I'm just so happy that you made it, brother. You were nominated, and you made it all the way, man.
Oh, I did not see that coming. I honestly, I feel honored. I really do.
Well, you, brother, it's awesome, man. There are currently 12 people in the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame, and well, 4 more will be added a week from today. Of course, the recording is on Thursday, yesterday. So a week from tomorrow in real time, but on the show, a week from today, 4 more of you will be selected. And, well, the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame will grow just a little bit more. And, well, John, there's a possibility, man, that you may be X'd into those IE Sports Radio record books.
Man, I don't know. I can't even think that far ahead. I just have to sit one day at a time and we'll see how it happens.
Hey, brother, I'm with it, man. So the round of 32 recap, by the way, you actually made it in with a total of 5 votes. Kind of funny. You only had 5 votes. Of course, that's the round where sometimes hardly anybody. It's so funny. Sometimes hardly anybody votes. It's weird. But we got into that one. Then the round of 24 was even crazier because, well, you got in and you started picking up some more votes. You would pick up a whopping total of 13 votes in that round. Then you'd head on into the Sweet 16, and dude, you picked up a few more. You got in with 16. You got 16 for the Sweet 16, if you will.
16 on the 16, yeah.
Hey, man. And, well, we had a tiebreaker round, of course, that ended, and Daryl got in. But, dude, here you are now in the Elite 8. And speaking in real time, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, my time, 7 p.m. Eastern, your time. Brother, tomorrow, or I guess later on right after the show. And by the way, I have to announce this, I have to say this, just because. It's kind of funny because we'll already know this when the show starts, but your show is supposed to start right after this show tomorrow, which is going on right now, people listening in live time. You won't be on live tomorrow, am I right?
I was actually I wanted to go on tomorrow. Like, is there maybe I can go on earlier? Well, I'm going to my aunt's house around 4, but I'd definitely be down to record a show and kind of talk about the Panthers, the Hornets, the Canes.
Hey, man, if you're down to go on earlier, tomorrow, this show will be airing between Eastern time. It'll be 5 to 7 Eastern time. So if you want to go on anytime before 5 o'clock, man, you're more than welcome. I mean,
dude, I'd definitely be down because there has been so much that's happened in the past week or so with the Carolina sports landscape.
But more than anything, that extremely underachieving Panthers. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. You don't be sorry because it's an accurate assessment.
I am in awe. I'm sorry, John. I know it was a crapshoot, but I had the Panthers so high. I had this team. I built them up like a gosh dang skyscraper. And
So did a lot of people, Larry. I mean, it's just been starting off 3-0, and everyone's saying we are phonies. We're not an actual 3-0 team. And every step of the way, we proved those haters right. So I honestly, I don't know what to say. We picked up Cam Newton. Cam Newton didn't bring us to the promised land. Now, obviously, if you listen to my podcast, you know that Cam Newton is not the problem. But still, the fact that happened and it worked out this way is just disheartening.
It is, and I'm bothered that I just thought this team would be so much better. But I know you are too, and as a Raider fan, trust me, I feel your pain, if not more.
I know. The Raiders have had it worse than anyone else. Losing your first 2 first-round picks from last year, and then just the destruction of the franchise with your head coach. I mean, there's just so much sadness within that Raider franchise. My heart goes out to you guys.
Thank you. It's like it's like cheering on a race car with 3 wheels. I mean, seriously, it's like
you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, we don't need that 4th wheel. We don't just keep lying to ourselves. We can win this.
No. Who needs a North Williams, please. Come
who?
on.
I know, right? We don't need that. Yeah, trust me. It's well, we're both in the same boat this year. I mean, but it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, John. It is great to have you here for the show, brother, and thank you for lending some of your time, man. So let's go ahead and just jump on into a little bit of this segment, man, real fast. These segments aren't supposed to be super long, but I will tell you, brother, as always, great football conversation, great sports conversation, always with you, brother. But really fast, let us know, man. First things first, you got to break it down for everybody listening, man. Everybody listening, because, of course, this is where everybody's going to vote. Immediately after the show, the moment this show ends is when the voting poll will be launched. And it's going to be 7 days to the moment. So at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, right after this show ends, that's right, on New Year's Eve, it'll be announced the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame class of 2001 will be announced. Now, John, you got to know, people are listening to this show right now, and people are going to hear this show throughout the week. It is your job now, like everybody else, to tell everybody, number one, how you got affiliated with IE Sports Radio and your run with IE Sports Radio. And then, of course, follow that up with why you feel you deserve to wear that golden IE Sports Radio t-shirt when this whole thing is said and done, man.
A golden t-shirt, okay. Yeah. right now.
Well, brother, let's start slow. Start things off, man. Let everybody know, man, how you got into IE Sports Radio and your whole affiliation all the way up to this point.
Of course. Yeah. No, well, I started off, oh my gosh, I was a young kiddo. I was about a freshman in college when IE Sports Radio, I think it was Larry, or perhaps one of the affiliates, called me out and asked, like, hey, we have a primetime face-off, and we need a Panthers fan. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is what I was waiting for. Me and my brother had been doing YouTube videos for a little bit at that point. We had been making videos about the Panthers. And somebody asked me, like, I'd definitely be down to talk about the Panthers in prime time, in a prime time face-off. And I did. It was the most fun experience ever. I really loved it. It was an enjoyable experience. I loved talking about the Panthers. I loved going into why we would win, why we could lose, the X factor of it all. Like, it was just an enjoyable experience for me. And Larry, he liked what he heard, and he called me back. He called me back multiple times, so many times that I ended up being a host of the 3 and Out podcast, for a time being. And that was just, that was an enjoyable experience, man. It was just so fun to talk football with people that knew football. And every week we would have another team, and they would kind of break things down. And I remember the Titans fan specifically. He would say that me and Mike were there. Mike Pat, and vote for him. I don't know if he's still able to be voted for.
He's out. He's actually out. He's actually out. He was in the running, but he was eliminated.
Okay. But he's a stud, though. He's a stud. He has a great podcast as well. The wine about football, I believe.
Let's Wine About Sports. Great show.
Yeah. So me and him, we're talking to a Titans fan, and we were breaking things down with Kylan Reynolds as well. I think he's still in, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, with Kylan. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we were talking about football with this Titans fan, and the Titans fan was, like, blown away. He was like, wow, I cannot believe you guys know so much about our Titans, because not a lot of people really pay attention to our Titans. And, like, we kind of hypothetically looked at each other and was like, oh, you don't even know. Like, we are football fans. And that's really what I knew, that I loved IE Sports Radio. Like, this was like a real place where people enjoyed the sport, enjoyed the camaraderie that comes with it. And we just had a fantastic time with each other.
You know something, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Felipe actually gave us what I use all the time in the Defining Moment and 3 and Out and all these different shows. I will always refer back to John Felipe because he deemed us something that I will always say. And he already knows what I'm going to say, but John said one time in an IE Sports Radio meeting that, we really are a by the fans, for the fans network. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, I want to use that. And till this day, John, I don't know if you hear me, man, but I'm always saying it. I always would say your name. I always say that you were the one who said it. And honestly, man, it's incredible what this thing has blossomed into. So, yeah, y'all, just in case you never knew the guy, John Felipe, when I say his name, or in case I forget to cite him, well, here he is. This is the guy. So,
that's where I got the Carolina casting from. And honestly, it goes both ways because I just continue to hear it with IE Sports Radio, and it's the Carolina cast of by and for the fans.
That's it, man. Of the Carolinas. And of course, we are of by and for the fans of sports here at IE Sports Radio. So yeah, y'all, that's John's creative self right there. So with that said, John, final segment of this short little segment here. Tell everybody, man, let all these listeners know why they should click your name when voting for this Hall of Fame. Why do you feel? Tell them right now. Tell them to vote for you. And, of course, tell them why you feel you deserve to be in this Hall of Fame, man.
Man, I have to say one thing first. All of the other people that are a part of this are amazing. I love everybody around this network. Everybody that's a part of this and is really trying to hone in how to make fans connect with each other. I appreciate them all. It's not about any one person. And I really do appreciate everyone that I'm in this competition with. But that being said, but no, honestly, I've been a part of IE Sports Radio for a large part of my formative years. I started off as just a Panthers fan. Like I said earlier, a Panthers fan that had gotten a message from IE Sports saying, "Hey, do you want to do this kind of like it's like a debate kind of thing?" And I was thinking, of course I would. Are you kidding me? I would love to debate my Panthers. And that turned into making multiple appearances, which turned into the show that we had, the 3 and Out that we had with Kylam and Mike, and every step of the way, and now in the Carolina cast, every step of the way, I've been really proud of how IE Sports Radio has kind of grown, and I've been excited to even be a part of this kind of explosion of, like Larry said, a podcast and a podcast network of by and for the fans. Like every step of the way, you can see the amount of passion that everyone has. I really do appreciate it, and I'm honestly, if I get in the Hall of Fame or not, I'm just happy to be a part of it. I really am. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Man, where's that applause button, brother? I am so happy to have you a part of this thing. And, man, look, no matter what happens, I'm telling you, you're going to get in sooner or later. But I'm just so excited to have you part of this, brother. And thanks again. Of course, the time limit's coming up real quick, brother. So with that said, brother, let everybody know where they can find you. Tell them to show you some love, man. And, of course, any final thoughts before we're out here tonight?
Yeah, of course. Definitely check out the Carolina cast. I feel like every week I'm adding a little bit more mojo. I'm changing some things up. And I would love to hear our IE Sports family, commenting, telling me what I'm saying or whatever, or approving of what I'm saying or disagreeing of what I'm saying. I would love to hear that. And then if you guys want to hear me outside of that, check me out at Carpan423. So you can look me up on Twitter at Carpan423. And even though we're not really actively making videos anymore, you can still look at like my thought process of how I view the Panthers on YouTube on the Brothers Blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do. Just absolutely incredible stuff there him and his brother do, and John and his brother do, or did at least. And I didn't know you guys were making videos more actively, but hey, man, I'm glad you're doing the podcast now. I'm glad you're a part of this thing. And brother, you've been with us for so long. You definitely deserve this honor, man. So we appreciate you. I'm honored to have you a part of this family and to have had you a part of this family for as long as you have. And we appreciate you so much, man. So with that said, y'all, that will do it for this segment. Make sure to stay tuned because coming up, we got plenty more sports and more interviews from our Elite Eight right here on our very special IE Sports Radio 2021 Hall of Fame Elite Eight Candidates edition of The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hey USRN fans, do you have a product or company you're trying to promote? Look no further. USRN is teaming up with small local businesses trying to establish themselves via online promotion. Let us know if you're interested. Email us at usrnradio@gmail.com to learn more.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, as you heard, we were going to have this guy on today's show, and as, of course, we had all the Elite Eight on today. We're having them all on, but I'll tell you what, I am as excited as it gets because, well, this is the last of the recorded interviews, actually, and we're getting right on into these live interviews coming right up after this. However, glad to have him here. This is actually earlier today. We're Christmas Eve, officially Christmas Eve now. We've had a couple of pre-records all the way from yesterday, of course, Thursday, and then today, here we are on Christmas Eve. And though he couldn't make the live show a couple hours earlier, ain't gonna hurt. And, well, I'm excited to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the host and founder of the State of Ohio Sports, and of course, the host of the Soccer Scoreboard Show. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have him here. He's made it all the way to the Elite Eight. He was nominated for his very first time this year, and man, he made it very far. Glad to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, of course, the one, the only, Mr. Andrew Hagenbaugh. What's going on, Andrew? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I hope everyone's having a great Christmas Eve and enjoys their Christmas. I'm just glad to be here, man. Thank you.
Well, you are very welcome, brother. And yeah, man, we are, without a doubt, glad to have you. Sir, it's incredible, man. You join with us up, and here you are doing the dang thing, and we're loving every moment of this, man. You have come in, taken over a abandoned soccer show, and you have proven just how big the world of soccer is to everybody, man. I asked you, Andrew, when you first started doing this, dude, come on, man. You came in as a Browns fan. You ended up being not only a soccer fan, but a soccer player. Did your thing in college. You definitely have a soccer background unlike anybody I've known. And it's awesome, man. You have your thing going on. You did great. And you've been doing a great job with our soccer show. And then Ohio, man, you've made it happen. You're a true Ohioan. You've done so much here at the station, man. And it is without a doubt no secret. And on top of that, man, you've been on 3 and Out many times. Dude, you have earned every bit of this nomination, and you've taken it all the way to the Elite Eight. So, brother, tell everybody, man. First things first, congratulations. And next up, please tell everybody, man, tell everybody how you got started here with IE Sports Radio.
It all started with you. I was getting ready to watch golfing with my brother, to be honest with you, and we were coming home to watch the Browns versus Washington game. I remember this was last year, and you asked me, you're like, hey, we're going to do a primetime face-off with this guy on this day, and you want to do it? I'm like, hey, man, let's do it. And so you brought me on, and after the show, you asked me, like, hey, I see you're a big soccer guy from your Twitter page and stuff like that. Would you like to host a soccer show? I'm like, you know what? I would love to. Like, you know, never once before, like, heard a soccer radio show because it's obviously, you know about it. It's non-existent here in America. Like, there's no soccer on the radio unless sometimes you might hear every bits and piece of the World Cup every 4 years from small stations. But other than that, you don't hear much about it. So I was like, I got to take every opportunity to do this because it deserves all the love it gets.
Absolutely, man. And soccer has this, I mean, it's the world sport, man. I mean, you know, we all love American football. We all love baseball. We all love sports. But when it comes down to it, man, the world loves soccer. And, you know, we're a little late to the party, of course, with not being prime in soccer, but man, has it taken a big leap here in the U.S., and I'm glad we got the MLS going and the NWSL, all these wonderful things, man, that are going on with soccer, and you have brought it so far here on this station. And I just gotta tell you, man, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. You have worked so hard on that, and you have really done an amazing job. And yeah, man, getting started. Remember that first face-off with you and Christopher Lehman, as a matter of fact, who became a part of the Extra Mile. Kind of funny. A Bengal and a Brown faced off here last year on a primetime face-off, and wouldn't you freaking know it, the Brown becomes a host of two shows, and the Bengal becomes a co-host of our auto sports show when that show kind of, you know, really needed co-hosts. So it's amazing, man. You stepped in just the right time, and it's been great ever since, man. So with that said, dude, I mean, here we are, you know, enjoying the holiday, of course, Christmas Eve today. And today at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Andrew, the voting poll will be posted, man. And, well, New Year's Eve at exactly 4 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, Standard Pacific Standard Time, sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern, the official IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame class of 2021 will be final. Good sir, can you please let everybody know who's listening right now why you, Mr. Andrew Hagenbaugh, feel that you deserve to be in this Hall of Fame and, of course, to wear one of those gold t-shirts?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say we all deserve to be in this Hall of Fame. I mean, the final eight, I mean, amazing names. I mean, we have the Turban Patriot, Gina, we have, you know, Daryl, our host of the Auto Sports Show. I mean, we have everybody in here, and I mean, all these guys and all these women are fantastic. They're amazing, and we all deserve to be here. And we all deserve that golden shirt, man. And, like, so credit to all of those people first and foremost. Like, you know, I'm glad to be in this position with them. And whoever wins, even if I get bounced out, listen, it was all fun. It was all great. And, you know, no matter what, I'm going to be happy for all who made it because they all deserve it. So, but I feel like I've worked very hard, you know, since being on here. And, you know, ever since that day when me and Chris battled it out on primetime face-off, the Browns and the Bengals, and, you know, ever since then, like, I felt like when I got those two shows, I poured my heart into each and every single one of those shows, all those, and even all the mess-ups, I work hard and make sure I fix those mess-ups, and, you know, I'd spend hours before my show just as much research as I can, and, you know, doing up till the final, like, a minute when I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to hop on the computer and start recording here. And so, I put a lot of effort and time into what I do, and because I want to be the best at it, you know, I want to show the world that, you know, hey, listen, you know, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to do with my career. I studied this in school as being a sports writer, sports host, you know. I want to do it all, you know. I want to be able to go up to guys like Stephen A. Smith and, you know, every single one of them, Max Kellerman, and just start debating them and, you know, hopping on First Take or Get Up and stuff like that and battle those guys in debates and just the biggest topics in the world. So it's the stepping stone. And, and I told you, Larry, I'm going to ride this out with you for as long as I can, especially if we make it to the top. I'm going to keep riding it with you. Like, this is the best opportunity I've ever had. And so I thank you for this amazing opportunity, and I can't wait to see what more we do with this thing.
Brother, I appreciate, man. Where's that applause button, man? No, I appreciate you, man, and thank you. That's exactly what it is, man. We are all just rolling with it, and we're making this thing as big as we can make it, and it is just such a special thing what we have done here at this station. And I just tell you right now, man, it is just amazing what we've done, and the people we've brought aboard, and we're not done growing. We just added on 2 more, and we're going to continue to add on and just make this station the best that we can, man. We're worldwide, and we appreciate all of our listeners out there, but more than anything, man, me, of course, I appreciate our listeners more than anything, actually, but right next to them, man, I appreciate you guys. Celia and I have done so much getting this station where it is, and we wouldn't be nothing without you guys, man. So you, sir, and the other 7, of course, in this Hall of Fame, Elite 8. Honestly, man, you guys all deserve it, as you said earlier, and it's just such a great honor. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. You have done amazing with both of your shows. I know those will be coming back, of course, ladies and gentlemen. There was the computer issue with Andrew here, and unfortunately, things happen, and then, of course, the phone wasn't working as well on the smartphone. So right now, we're just kind of waiting it out, and we'll get everything figured out by the new year. And even if it doesn't by then, we'll figure it out, and we'll get Andrew back on. But I just gotta say, man, it has been awesome. You have done so well. And it is definitely exciting to have you come this far in the Hall of Fame. And dude, even if not, like you said, even to get it bounced out to anybody, I'm pretty sure all 8 of you will be in at some point, man. But this year, only 4 of you can make it, and there you go, man. So with that said, brother, I know you gotta head out and get on over, to some family going on, of course, Christmas Eve. But brother, with that said, man, any closing thoughts, statements, anything you want to say to listeners before you're out of here?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys all for listening to every single one of our shows that we do here. They're all amazing. Continue to listen, continue to tell friends and family. We do amazing things here. We have every single show from every single state, covering almost every single team possible. And, even, things that you would never hear on actual radio, like soccer, motor racing. So soon I'm sure we're going to have stuff like golf and bowling, and who knows, we might add so much more. So be sure you guys definitely tune in and listen. We all work very, very hard on what we do. We also have written articles as well on our website, IESportsradio.com, so be sure you guys go and check those out as well. We work very hard on these, and Larry's a great man. He's a great boss. And, we all love him to death, man, and he's been working his butt off for this thing for 7+ years, and, we're here for him, and we're here to grind for him. And I just want to say, I hope everybody has a great holiday weekend, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. And like Larry said, I would definitely be trying to work my way getting back to my shows. So be sure you guys are going to check that out. And to the other 7 people in this Hall of Fame class that were fighting against each other, good luck to every single one of you. We all deserve to be here. We all deserve that golden T-shirt. Let's go out there and let's just do this damn thing.
I'm with it, brother. Hey, man, well, first things first, gotta say thank you for the kind words, brother, and I gotta say the same thing right back, man. You're a great man. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to call you a great friend, and honestly, man, this station has brought so many great things along, great people in all areas, and I mean, come on, Andrew, how crazy is it to know that in almost every state around the country, we know somebody, and we're actually like pretty cool with them on a cool level. To where you know what I mean? How crazy, right? How awesome that technology has brought us all together like this,
Oh, it's amazing. It's great, being friends with different sports fans from around the country, and we're sitting there having fun little jabs at each other in the group chats. Stuff like that's great. I love it.
Same here, man. It's beautiful, man. It's all glory to God. I'm so happy that everything's going so well, and that we have made it where we are. So with that said, y'all, appreciate you so much, Andrew, for being here today and for letting us a little bit of your time. I know you got to step on out, but brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being here, and it has been awesome. So with that said, that will do it for this segment. When we get back, we're going live. We'll be talking to more of our Elite 8. We've made it through 5 so far. We got 3 live coming on, so stay tuned. Plenty of sports as well as the remainder of the Elite Eight of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame voting for the class 2021 coming your way. Be ready, y'all. We'll be right back after this.
Calling all Indiana sports fans, this is your podcast. Welcome to High Octane Entertainment on IE Sports Radio. Join me, Justin Lahr, as your host on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific to hear all the latest and greatest sports updates on everything from college to the pros in the great Hoosier State. No matter what, it's guaranteed to be high octane entertainment. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, here we are, coming right after the break. Man, it's been a great show. I know I keep on saying we're talking sports, but we just haven't had the time. Back-to-back interviews. But we are back live, of course, thanking everybody. Man, all those recordings were awesome, those 5 recordings. We appreciate you all so very much. And, well, we're right on to the next, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on our true diehards, man, here at IE Sports Radio. It gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce this next man who has become an instant. In my opinion, he's already an IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. The man he's been like the 3-and-out freaking beast. This guy has helped me in times where I didn't think I could find guests, when I've been too busy at work, when I've been swamped. He's reached out to find guests. He's been a judge on 3-and-out more times than I could even count. This guy has been every bit of great to us. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to have him here as one of the Elite Eight. Only he's a couple months in to IE Sports Radio, and he's already nominated. That's how much work he's put in, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, here we go. With that said, without further ado, coming here for his first time on the Defining Moment. Kind of funny, his first time on the Defining Moment. He's actually a IE Sports Radio Elite 8 contender here. Well, for the Final Four contender, I am happy to welcome here all the way from the Great White North, true diehard Patriots fan and all-around great person. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, of course, the one, the only, Mr. Turbin Patriot. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Larry, my brother, how are you?
I am doing the best I can, man. And, brother,
listen, thank you for all the kind words, and I really appreciate it. Listen, you know this, I told you from the beginning, when we first started in October, I am always here with you. Whenever you need me, I got you, bro. Don't worry. I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this? This is why he's an IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame contender right now, a candidate, because exactly those words right there. The man is every bit of there.
And Larry?
What's that?
One more thing. Keep the faith, keep believing. The Raiders are very good. Don't worry, they're good.
He's heard me bash the Raiders more than anybody else, I'm sure, but I'm doing my best for them. It's become comic relief as of now.
The faith is not complete without a Raiders bashing. I know that for a fact.
I know, right? I can't help it, man. But Turbin, appreciate you, and I love my team truly, but I'll tell you, man, after 18 years of this crap, I want to see some hardware before I start changing my mind about this team. They're my team, but
keep the faith, keep believing. When you don't know how they will, you know they will.
Absolutely,
and
brother.
Keep believing. That's all that matters.
I appreciate that, man. So thank you so much for those kind words, man. And I'm excited, man. We got
it's an honor, it's a blessing. I'm really appreciative of it. Thank you, though, to all you, all the family, and wishing everyone a Merry Christmas Eve and a Merry Christmas to all your family, your loved ones. Stay safe, stay well, stay happy and smiling always. God bless all of you.
Man, Turbin, you're amazing, man, and God bless you as well, man. You and your family. We thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here, man. So real quick, Turbin, we don't got we don't got a whole bunch of time. We only got about maybe 8 minutes left with you, brother. But I will say something, Turbin. You've been the man. You've been helping out so much with everything, and I just got to say, first things first. Let all the listeners know, maybe some of the newcomers or some that don't know your background, man. Let all the listeners know how you got affiliated with IE Sports Radio in the first place.
Listen, Larry, you know this better than anybody. one person gets all the credit for this, and without this person, I would not be here. I not know about this radio show, I know about the radio channel. Our very own, you know her very well, our mutual friend, Boston Chrissy Mac 2424.
Yes.
October 4th, you were looking for a Pats fan, 7 o'clock, 7:15, no Pats fan. You asked Chrissy, she said no. She recommended me, and then, as you say, the rest is history.
It was awesome. Christy is awesome. She's
so all the credit, look, as much as you tell me, great thing, but all the credit goes to Chrissy. I will not be here without her. And if I do win this, she deserves the Hall of Fame more than I do because she brought me here. She gave me this opportunity, and that's why I'm here now. So I'm very appreciative of her. She's a very sweet and kind person. Thanks her very much.
And absolutely, and it's awesome, man. Christy's amazing, and she's really. I'm really happy that.
She's a great person. She's a great person in front, definitely.
Absolutely, man. She is awesome, and it's just I'm so happy that she brought you aboard because, man, you've been the greatest help, and it's awesome having you a part of all these shows, man. Especially judging and everything. You've done such a great job.
I always have to help. Don't worry, I got you, bro. Don't worry.
Hey, appreciate it, man. So with that said. Go ahead, man. I know you just right now you pay tribute to Christy, but hey, man, like you said, you're here right now, and we're glad to have you. So I gotta tell you, you gotta let all the listeners know, man. Why do you feel that you deserve to be in this IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame this year, man?
Look, Larry, most important, look, all these people, look, I respect all of them. They're all family. IE Sports Radio family. I love all of them very much. Karen, you know who they are. Elite Eight. But they've been here for a while now. I'm the rookie. I'm the underdog. It's only 2 months for me. I started October 4th, my first debate. And in 2 months, I never thought that I would be in for Hall of Fame voting ever. Because you look at NFL players, they don't go in the Hall of Fame after two months. They have a whole long career, then they go into the Hall of Fame, right?
That's
right. It's only been 2 months for me. So in 2 months, who thought I'd be in the Hall of Fame? But, thanks to Pat Nation, thanks to everybody who voted, I'm going to give Elite Eight. And, I'm a diehard believer. And I appreciate everybody. Keep the faith, keep believing. And they say never doubt a believer.
That's right.
So I'm the rookie, I'm the underdog, and I'm really appreciative to you, to IE Sports Radio, for nominating me to be this far. But the rookie never count the rookie out, never count the underdogs out.
No, completely agreed. Completely agreed, Turbin. And you're the man. I'm telling you, man. The reason why is because. Here's why. Here's why you're here. Number one thing, like I said, you just said right now, you're 2 months in, and you're already nominated. Well, I'll tell you what. There's a reason why. It's you've done the equivalent to what some people have done in years because that's how much you've put in, and it's the truth, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like you've already done half of Tom Brady's career in his rookie year. Is basically what I'm equating you to right now, man. So everybody here has done such a great job.
There's only one Tom Brady. Don't listen. I thank you for the comparison, but there's only one Tom Brady. I split that guy. He's a great guy, great quarterback. Did a lot of great things for my team. I love him very much, man. Still, even today.
I'm with you, man. You're absolutely right, man. He's the GOAT, and hey, man, he's the man. But I love what here in the chat room. Terrence says, Turbin's Patriots kind of reminds me of what I say. I got your back. To hey, absolutely, man. And hey, all day long, man. We appreciate it. As we got each other's back here. So once again, man, it's all love, and it's going to be an amazing Elite Eight in this next week. I know the Patriots Nation got your back. The Pats are all over this, man, and they've gotten you far. You have actually check this out. Turbin, I got the numbers here, and you, good sir, have made it. In the round of 32, you had 57 votes. You were second. In the round of 24, you had 46 votes. You were second. In the round of 16, the Sweet 16, okay, so this is crazy. Gina in the first round had 71 votes. You had 57. In the second round, she had 140, and you had 46. Then we get to the Sweet 16. Turbin, Gina only had 49, man. You had 113 in the Sweet 16, and here you are on the Elite Eight. Turbin, they are coming for you, man. They are trying to get you in this Hall of Fame.
You know what, Larry? Want me to say something?
What's that?
The Patriots' lucky number is 13. And I remember this. Gino was at 26% on the round 16. I was at 13%.
Oh,
and our lucky number is 13. We won the Super Bowl 13-3. So it's a lucky number, and I need, like, to get from my past nations on the always, support me, die hard every time. They always got my back. I'm really appreciative. But, look, anything can happen. It's anybody's game. They're all worthy in every way. Nobody's more worthy than the other. We're all equal. We're all worthy each way, man. So it's not about one person, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody's worthy. Nobody's less worthy than nobody else. Everybody's worthy in their own equal way. We're all equal. We're all family. And whoever does win, I support them. I will congratulate them no matter who wins. Even if it's me or whoever wins. Karen, Adam, Gina, whoever wins. I'll congratulate them. I'll say, good luck. Good job.
Hey, man, I'm with you. And Terrence says here, I can see Turban Patriot being in the Hall of Fame. His following is huge. And absolutely, man. You got a lot of people that got your back the same way that you got ours. And honestly, man, I'm the same way. I feel like whoever gets in, of course, all the best. But dude, you are truly a huge part of the station. And it makes me feel so great to know that any given time I can reach out and you're ready to go, man, whether it's to be a judge, whether it's to be on the show, or even if, hey, Turban, can you help me find a guest? I mean, I'm just telling you, man, I can't express to you how much you really mean to the station, and you really have helped me out so much, man. So I just want to say real quick, shoot my deepest appreciation to you from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you so much for this. And with that said, brother, any final thoughts here before we're out?
Okay, so last time, listen, first of all, I appreciate it. And listen, I've seen you. You come to me, Jazz, and you're the guest, and I've no judge, and you're a fan, and we had to cancel a couple shows. And I'm like, listen, I'm free evening time. I got free time. I think, well, Larry, shout me in. I'm in. Let's go. I'm in. I mean, even I've done, sometimes one person judge.
Yeah.
No, but listen, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you to you. Thank you to IE Sports Radio for this opportunity. Thank you to Chrissy. And hopefully, may the best man or woman win. I'm appreciative of the opportunity, and, you got me always and forever. Anytime you need me, I'm there, whether it be for a judge or a debater or anything in general for IE Sports Radio. I'm here. I got you, bro. Don't worry.
Hey, man, well, we appreciate that, Turban. 4 of you are going to get in a week from today, man, on New Year's Eve, and you all deserve it, man, but I'd love to see you in there. With that said, sir, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for everything. And, hey, man, look forward to talking to you soon, man. Take care, brother. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll see you on the next debate.
I'll see you then, man. Thank you, sir. Hey, take care, brother. Well, with that, and Merry Christmas, too. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jess, man, what a guy, man. Turban Patriot's the man. Glad to have him here. Well, with that said, we're going to take ourselves another short break. And when we get back, we'll be talking to Miss Patty Bax about her Elite 8 in the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame. Once again, you're listening to the final moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Are you a Minnesota sports fan? If you are, you should join me, AJ, on my Thursday night podcast called Frozen Takes with AJ on IE Sports Radio. I talk about all things Minnesota sports, from the Vikings to Lynx basketball. Every week I talk about the good and the bad of sports in the land of the Frozen Lakes. Join me Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for your Minnesota sports show on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, here we are for our next. They're coming in hot, man. I'm telling you. We're just 10-minute segments, but it's coming. We thank you so very much, Turban Patriot, for your time today. Well, we are on to the next. Ladies and gentlemen, this is guest 7 of 8 here today. And, well, this next candidate is unreal. She has been on numerous primetime face-offs. She is still undefeated. And what can I say? She is absolutely incredible in every facet of being a fan. She has been a Bills fan for, oh my goodness, for her entire life. And she has repped this team so well. But let me just tell you, she has also repped IE Sports Radio that well. And here today to talk about why she's deserving to be into this IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame class. I am glad to have her here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the woman with poems, songs, and anything you can imagine to rep her bills, and the woman who may be wearing an IE Sports Radio golden t-shirt soon. I am proud to have here today, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Miss Patty Bax. What's going on, Patty? How you doing today?
Hey, Larry. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you, your fiancé, and all your listeners.
Well, Miss Patty, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your husband as well, your family, and your great following of fans. You, ma'am, are amazing. You have done some awesome things here. You are very welcome. I'm telling you right now, every time you say one of your poems or sing a song for us on 3 and Out, I mean, you just steal the judges. And I mean, you have defeated some of the people that I didn't think I would ever see be defeated in primetime face-offs. I mean, you win them over. You win over the judges. You are awesome. And honestly, your fandom speaks so loud. And I'm just so happy to have you here in this Elite Eight. And well, with that said, let's go ahead and get on into the 2 questions I have for you within this 10 minutes. So, Patty, first things first, let everybody know. Maybe they've been living under a rock, I don't know. But just in case they don't know how you're affiliated, how did you get into IE Sports Radio?
Well, actually, first of all, Larry, thank you for those very, very kind words. I don't have Facebook, but I have social media through Twitter. And I was looking at my Twitter one day, and you sent me a direct message and asked me if I'd like to be on a podcast. And I thought, well, I don't know who this is, but I'll just try. I wasn't afraid to try it, and I fell in love right away from the very first time I had a chance to talk about my beloved team. And you just make it so easy to be a guest on your show. You just make it so much fun. And you energize everybody that you talk to. It's amazing.
Well, that means very much to me, and thank you. It's much appreciated. I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun doing this show, but it's people like yourself, Patty, who make this thing so much easier, and it's just I'm telling you, your fandom is it's unmatched. I mean, it's incredible when you have people like yourself that just come on here and show how much you love your team. And that's what IE Sports Radio is. As we all heard earlier, John Felipe, somebody who helped name IE Sports Radio, by the fans, for the fans type of deal. That's exactly what we are and who we are. And you scream that out loud every single time you're on the show. And I'm telling you, your fandom is just unreal. And I'm telling you, every time you're on the show, we see it, and it's just awesome. I mean, last year, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Patty Bax, for those of you who don't know this, which I don't think hardly anybody does, of course. I don't think it was put on Facebook, on Twitter or anything, but Patty Bax actually, kind of cool. She not only wanted for Christmas last year an IE Sports Radio t-shirt, however, she is the second person to have ever asked me for a signed IE Sports Radio t-shirt, and I was so happy to do it for her, to sign my signature on a shirt and then send it on the way. And she, even in COVID times where it was difficult having to send that thing out, of course, unfortunately, because of the money issues and everything, I got it out to her as soon as possibly could. And I'll tell you what, it was awesome just knowing that you wanted that. And it made me feel so good knowing, oh my gosh, she's a diehard. This is awesome. And I'm glad that you come to us for your direct feed for All That Is Sports. I mean, you have seriously shown so many listeners out there, yeah, I'm a diehard. And on top of that, you rep this station so proud. And it's just, I'm telling you, Pat, you are definitely deserving of being this far in the voting. So please, let everybody know now, of course, the floor is yours yet again. I'm going to shut up. You let everybody know now. Patty, this is your moment. Tell everybody out there, Bills Mafia and everybody out there in general, why you feel you deserve to be in this year's Hall of Fame class and why you deserve one of those golden shirts.
Well, thank you so much again, Larry. And you know I have to rep it through a poem. So here I go.
Yes!
My mom born with a football in my hand. This is when I knew that Bill's Mafia would be the best in the land. Meeting Larry and representing Bill's Mafia on IE Sports Radio, it's a dream come true. I'm honored, I'm hungry and humbled to represent the red, white, and blue. We know as Bills fans, there are valleys and peaks. No matter what we are, fans for life. And it's the Super Bowl Bills Mafia seeks. It's been a tough year for me with the loss of my beloved Bills Mafia sister Mary, who sadly passed this May. So being voted into the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame would be in her memory, I would say. So thank you, Larry, and all. And please vote today for Huddle 1025-1. Patty back. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and all your family and all the listeners.
Patty, you know, I'm sorry. I had to shout yes at the top of my lungs when you said you had a poem for us, because it just wouldn't be a Patty Backs appearance without that. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, another poem. You have to, every single time. I mean, she brings chills, and of course, rest in peace to your rest in everlasting peace to your dear friend. I mean, this has just been a journey, and you know, I just feel that you're so deserving. Like I said, every one of you 8 deserve this, and I know that you'll be in, all of you, sooner or later. But this year, this is so competitive. I think is the most competitive. Last year's was very competitive, and man, it was a close race. This year, Patty, I think it's going to be even closer, and honestly, you are so deserving, as all of you are. But that was a beautiful poem. Thank you for that. It was amazing.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. And, well, like I said, I know it's the time, of course, is this. I know you got some Christmas Eve things to take care of course. You got family over. You got lots of things going on. So I got to say this, Patty, your poem was beautiful. All of your poems have been awesome. And every bit of fandom you put towards your Bills and towards IE Sports Radio, I just, you know what, I can't say enough about how awesome all that truly is. You're a great person. You're a believer. Your faith shines through you. It is amazing, Patty.
I can't wait till you come with your fiance, and even if when she becomes your wife. But I can't wait to come to Buffalo, and we are going to show you the time of your life.
Oh,
so make sure.
We will love that. Trust me. We will love that. Sorry to cut you off, Betty.
Table. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do that. Just come and have a good time. Come and eat some chicken wings and be with Bill's Mafia, because that's what we are, family. We're all about family.
And that's what it's all about.
Well, even though you're Raiders Nation, that's okay. It's all about family. So we'll adopt you for the day.
We'll take it. Trust me. We can use a winning team for a day, Patty. Trust me. But Taryn says in the chat room, Patty is the reason I want the Bills to win a Super Bowl. And you see what I mean, Patty? That's what I'm talking about. And that's from a Chargers fan, and trust me, I'm cheering them on too from a Raiders fan. So I'll tell you what, Patty, you are awesome. That is the time, but we appreciate you so very much. Please let everybody know where they can find you, and of course, any closing statements before we're out of here.
Okay, Huddle 1025-1 on Twitter. So thank you again, Larry. I really appreciate it. I'm so honored and humbled. God bless.
God bless. Take care, Patty. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Patty Backs. Wow, that was awesome, man. With a poem in hand and everything. Well, we have 7 of 8 guests here. Of course, the candidates are in. We got one more, and of course, that's Miss Gina G. She'll be joining us in just a few moments, and it has just been awesome talking to everybody. And, well, here it comes, y'all. So we're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we're talking to Miss Gina G. in this very special IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame Class 2021 Voting Candidates Elite 8 edition of The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What is going on, everybody? This is Ben Metello, the host of the Yinza Report, right here on IE Sports Radio. I'm bringing you the latest in the Steel City, the City of Champions, from the Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, as well as the college game with both Penn State and Pitt. You could join me every Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, where I'll be talking about everything from the Steel City, the City of Champions, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for the latest on Northern California sports? Then take a trip out west with me, your host, Gina G, on Reppin' to NorCal Sports, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'll be bringing it to you all the way live every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And it's always a packed show. I'll bring you everything Dynastic 49ers, the bite of the San Jose Sharks, torture of the San Francisco Giants, the Golden State Warriors that we still believe. Then take you across the bay to the rise and grind of the Oakland A's. I've got you covered on college ball from the Cal Bears to the Stanford Cardinal, so that no matter what, reppin' in NorCal sports is always reppin' the Bay. So if you bleed red and gold, or you're looking to keep an eye out west in them thar hills, don't miss me, Gina G, on reppin' in NorCal sports. Catch me every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have your fandom repped harder than a trio of defenders guarding Stephen Curry before his buzzer beater is Gucci.
All right, y'all. My apologies for the feedback there. All right, y'all. Welcome. Right on back to the show. We appreciate y'all so very much for being here today. Man, this has been an awesome show, and y'all are so very much appreciated. This has been an incredible show, and we thank everybody so much today for being here and for showing us love. Every one of you, all 8 of our Elite 8 have been incredible, and we have just one more to go to get that final interview in, if you will, or to go ahead and, give her, and of course, as you know, it is Gina G. So we are definitely excited and ready to roll with our final one more person to go here. And like I said, y'all, at the end of the day, every single one of them is so deserving, but, well, here we are yet to crown our final 4, of course, the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, here to give that final segment of this show, she has worked her way up on this station so freaking fast. It is unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and pleasure that I announce here, or that I bring here as a guest, as a Elite 8 contestant. She is die-hard Niners fan all the way from the Bay. As a matter of fact, she's Gina repping the Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, she is founder and host of Reppin' the NorCal Sports here at iSports Radio. She even had the number one show here on iSports Radio for 1 week. She is one of the most listened to shows on the station, and she is 100% diehard. Glad to have her here today. She's only been with us for a few months, but her impact has been so freaking heavy that she has claimed, like I said, the number one show. I went for 1 week here later on this year, and she has, or in the second half of this year, and she has just been a huge part of this station, not only being Twitter happy and posting like crazy on her Twitter page, the way that I want all of our shows to post, but she's also been supportive. She's been all over and popping into chat rooms for all the shows. I mean, this woman she's been a guest on 3 and Out along with Jess to defend her Niners. She's been all around this station, and you know what? She is a model along with a few others. What I really want, and I'm not saying that about any of the rest of the family. I'm just saying that all of them, even myself, I'm not even in that conversation, strive to be like her and Taryn and a select others. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to have her here to talk about why she's deserving to be in this Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Gina G. How you doing today?
Hey Larry. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction.
Well,
I'm honored and privileged.
You are very welcome, and Gina, you've earned it. I'm telling you, you have freaking earned it. It hasn't been easy to find hosts like you. You know, we've been through a couple of hosts for your particular show, and they haven't worked out, trust me. And you, of course, came along and took this freaking show to the moon. I mean, you're somewhere around Jupiter. I mean, seriously, like, you are out there. And it's awesome because you've done so much in building this thing. You get a ton of listeners. You have taken off everything I ask. I mean, Gina, seriously, you are Deebo Samuel. I mean, I'm just going to be real. You know, if
should I be so lucky?
I'm just saying, Gina, you know, Cecilia and I are the, you know, I'm the freaking, well, she's the, if iSports Radio, I mean, it is a team, but if it was a football team, she's the owner. I'm not. she calls the shots, but I'm the, you know, I'm like the GM, you know, and I'll tell you, at the end of the day, look, all I'm saying is I'm asking the head coach, hey, this Gina G girl, we need her to play. We draft her as a receiver, so she needs to play a receiver. Okay, cool. And there's Gina, yes, coach. Let me go out there and have a field day and catch all these freaking balls and score touchdowns. Okay, cool. Wait a minute. No, we need her to play running back. I know she can play some running back. Can we put her there? Sure, no problem. And then what does Gina do? She freaking runs the ball successfully and scores touchdowns and does great things. I mean, seriously, the Niners could ask Deebo Samuel to line up at safety, and I guarantee you he'll probably, I mean, seriously, I don't want to guarantee, but this guy will probably have a freaking amazing game because he's a football player. Well, Gina, you're that with us. I feel like we can put you anywhere, and you're going to produce because you're Gina G, and you're a diehard, and you work that hard. So seriously, we appreciate you both. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Both of us, of course. Cecilia's here as well.
Hi. Thank you so much. Hi, Cecilia.
You are very welcome. And like I said, here in the chat room, here we got some chats going. Taryn says here, Gina G. She's also Set Point's #1 listener. And Adam says, Gina G. Save the best for last. with the question
All
mark.
right. I love it. Thank you.
Well, you were very welcome. And Gina, like I said, you've worked hard. You put us. You are the kind of person that puts the team on her back. And seriously, we appreciate you, and we're happy that you're here and you come this far. So, yes, you are deserving. But hey, the listeners out there got to know too. So, with that said, Gina, start us off and let everybody know in your segment here, of course, how you became affiliated with IE Sports Radio.
Well, I was lucky enough to get a DM from Larry B. And as it would come to be, he searched hashtag 49ers, and that happens to be in my bio. So I was lucky enough to answer back. I mean, I was like, he wants me, who's an unknown person, to do a podcast? And what he didn't know is that this was something that I had been striving for at that time, the previous month or two. I was like, I really want my own podcast. Can I do this? And at that time, I had only done appearances on 2 podcasts of other people for Golden State Warriors and 1 for 49ers. No, 2 for 49ers. And I was like, this was like heaven sent. So doing research and finding out that IESR was a legit radio station for sports radio, I thought, oh my God, this is, first of all, scary as AF, and then B, a chance to show what I can really do. And can I actually talk about sports for an hour? And I thought, well, look, I'm covering NorCal, and it also led me to, learn more about, let's say, hockey or soccer, the earthquakes and the sharks. So I thought this is an opportunity for me to learn more also in how to present myself, my voice, my opinions, and then get everyone else involved and learn from others, learn from the people that are already doing it on IE Sports Radio. And that's exactly what I did. So in the first show that I heard was SoCal Supreme Sports Show with Taryn Rodriguez. And what a guy to learn from. So, and after that, I started listening to other shows like Adam Karnick's, the Chi-Town Weekly, and so forth. I started listening to all the other shows. And from there, the rest is history.
Gina G, you're awesome. You see what I mean? But that's what I'm talking about. Team player. You didn't come in acting like you were the cream of the crop. You came in humbled, willing to learn from those who did it before you. You've gained so much knowledge. I remember you in my chat rooms like crazy. I remember you just asking questions. Gina, you're funny. You were one of the few people that when you started with IE Sports Radio, you reminded me of myself, okay? Because I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. When what could I say? I'm a student, okay? If I could be a professional student, I would, okay? I love being a student. I'm still a student now. And, just, getting degrees, earning that stuff, I love it. And, of course, it's adding to, Cecilia's in my future. And she's doing her thing with her degrees as well. And I love it. And I'm just that kind of person that I am the student that you would hate in class, Gina. I think everybody would hate me. Everybody would hate me that listens to iSports Radio, because I'm that guy, and if you're out there listening and you've had me in a class before, you probably didn't like me, because I'm that guy that has to ask a question every 5 minutes, and I stop the class, and even the professors are all like, okay, just come see me in office hours, stop asking so many questions, and then guess what? Here I am, knocking on your door during office hours because I want to know what you know, because I need to know the knowledge. I can't help it, Gina.
Of course.
First things first, I've never, I'll tell you what, I'm that fat guy that don't throw away crumbs because I want every crumb I paid for because I'm fat. And I'm a defensive lineman, so what can I say? You gotta get some food. But I gotta tell you, Gina, honestly, I'm that person that, mostly would say different, but I don't like to be too wasteful. and I like to eat all my food, as I could say. And that's the same thing when it comes to learning. I want every little bit I can get because I want to gain the information. Gina, that was you in like the first month. You asked me questions. Like I remember you in the DMs be like, I don't mean to bug you, but I want to ask this and I want to ask this, and it's hilarious because that's how I knew automatically. And I would tell Cecilia, she's like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's what we need. And it's the truth. We wanted those kind of people who ask questions. And now I love it because we got some new people that we just added, and they're doing the same thing. Don't mean to bother you. I don't mean to bother you. You're not bothering me. You know what I mean? And when I'm a professor one day, I hope my students come to me, and I don't mean to bother. No, you're never bothering me. If you are, or if I need my time away or whatever, or if a family, of course, comes first and all that, well, I'm going to let you know. But just so you know, I'm designating this time, like office hours or like whatever, to let you know that I got you, and whatever questions you need, I have the answer. So it's the same thing with you, and I've told you before, and I'm glad that you took it to heart, knowing that you're not going to bother me, and you're not going to bother us, and that we're going to help you out with whatever you need. And that's what you blossomed. You freaking grew into a major podcaster, and now you have really had. I mean, like I said, you've had the number one show. I don't think anyone has ever had the number one show for 1 week on IE Sports Radio ever as fast as you have. All right, it was fast. And it's awesome. So here in the chat room, Taryn says, Gina is one of the reasons, maybe the top reason I keep doing Set Point. And yeah, I mean, Taryn, of course, a difficult show to get a lot of guests on, or it's not guests, just like, of course, a lot of listeners, because it's, of course, volleyball. But it's awesome because look at you. You reached out to Taryn, and then on top of that, you didn't. I don't know if you knew, but in your backyard, Stanford women's volleyball is probably one of the most lethal programs in the country. You know what I mean? So yeah, you've learned about these young ladies, and it's awesome to hear you talk about them. It's awesome to hear you get into it more and learn about these other sports. You've grown so fast. And then Taryn says here, I'm honored that you listened to the SoCal Spring Sports Show first. I take it back, Gina. Gina is the main reason I continue to do Set Point and Supreme Sports. SoCal Spring Sports Show.
Taryn, I just have to say, Taryn, I'm sorry that I've missed the last couple of Set Point show. I've just been so busy with my mom and things like that. But don't worry, I'll be back, and I'll be on the chat room tearing it up in the chat room.
Well, we appreciate that. Hey, get it? She's tearing it up. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. Pun intended. Anyway, so
my favorite volleyball show on the planet and the best one.
Right? Absolutely. That guy goes into depth. But I'll tell you right now, Gina, you are exactly, like I said, what we've wanted at IE Sports Radio for a long time. We have them. We have the Adam Karnicks. We have the Taryn Rodriguez's. But adding more of them, and trust me, everybody that we've added, we feel is like that. And you just fit the mold, and you broke the mold even. You continue to do it, and honestly, it's just awesome. So we appreciate you for being here and for just blowing it up as you have, and you deserve to be here in the Elite Eight. Now, I want you, though, to tell everybody how you feel about that. And in your last 5 minutes here, let everybody know why you feel Gina G deserves to be in this year's IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame.
Well, honestly, to answer the first part, I'm just so grateful and humbled that I am part of a group of people who have taken me in as a family. I feel like I can express myself creatively, which was something that was missing from my life for the past, couple of years now that I don't work anymore. And I do this podcast out of, basically the joy of my, out of my life. Besides, being with my son, I do this as, for fun. And also to be in the Hall of Fame for IE Sports Radio, I think it would be a phenomenal thing that coming into this from, joining IE Sports Radio in mid-June and then making such a huge, splash, if you will, just coming out and making, coming out onto the scene and and incorporating Twitter Spaces, which is something that is really hard to do because, number one, technologically, it gets in my way sometimes, but I make it work, for the podcast. And I think that's also what helps drive uplift my listeners. And I do have one of the most downloaded shows on IE Sports Radio, episode 17, Shanna Can't. And that's the one where we ranted on and on about Kyle Shanahan and people calling for his firing. And I really showed that I could really just do a lot with that. So I would just love to be in the Hall of Fame because my name is already out there as a Hall of Fame, low-key Hall of Fame best, one of the best podcasters right now, today. And then that way, if I continue on, I'll never be forgotten.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeannie G, that is correct. You're already not going to be forgotten anyway. But I'll tell you what, you deserve it. And I think, like I said, every one of you in this Elite Eight deserve it. And I know that you all get in eventually, but this year, it's a tough one. There are so many, and the last year's was the most competitive to date, and this year is definitely going to get. This is way more competitive, I feel. And honestly, this is going to get more competitive maybe next year and the year after and the year after. And this is just such a great Hall of Fame. It's just such a great thing, and we just appreciate you all so very much. And of course, thank you so much for that. And just keep working hard and striving hard, doing your best, and it's just been great. So with that,
honestly, I'm in great company, and I'm definitely honored to be with any of these guys that are, that I stand next to. Just to be nominated is just freaking amazing because I'm so new. And honestly, if I don't win this year, hey, just being nominated is like phenomenal, like I said. So, you know what? I look forward to, if I don't win, I look forward to future nominations if that's, if that comes to be. So congratulations to whoever wins if it's not me.
Well, there's 4 of you, Gina. So, hey, I mean, there's 4 of you. There's 8 remaining, but only 4 get to be in the Hall of Fame. And it's just, for this year at least. And that's awesome. And as so many of you have said today, absolutely, completely, I love it. You guys are awesome. And you guys are amazing. I love you all. And you have really, all of you have made this station. Celia and I love you all because you have made the station that much better. All of you, each and every one of you. So we appreciate that. Real quick, Gina, in the round of 32, in the very first round, you chalked up first place, taking up 71 votes. In round number 2, of course, which is the round of 24, Gina G, you came in with a whopping 140 freaking votes, okay? That was huge. That was your biggest round. In the Sweet 16, the round right before this one, you did come in second. However, Turpin Patriot did get 113 votes, and you would rack up 49 votes in this one, and in that one. And well, though you were second place, you took first place in the first 2 and second in the round of in the Sweet 16. All those would get you where you are now. And, well, here we are now, Gina G. You are in the Elite 8, and all it takes is to, be in this top 4. That's all you got to do. Finish in the top 4, and you will be a part of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame, of course, Class 2021. Gina G, any final thoughts or comments before you're out here for the evening?
Wait. What?
Yeah, that's what it takes. It's only 4. You got to place the top 4.
You said I'm in the Hall of Fame?
No, if you place in the top 4 of this Elite 8. So.
Oh, I was like, wait, I'm confused.
So, no.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm so okay. I just want to say, like, everybody deserves it. So whatever happens, just Merry Christmas.
Well, I love it, and that is exactly it. So with that said, Gina G, Merry Christmas to you and your family. God bless you and your family. Repping the NorCal Sports, of course, will be back coming up in the new year. And yeah, Taryn says here, yes, winning in the Elite 8 isn't important. Placing in the top 4 is. And as Taryn knows, he made it last year. So Adam Karnick, of course, in it this year in this Elite 8. You're in competition with him. Taryn just got in last year. So like I said, make sure you're in that top 4, and you'll have a golden t-shirt. So with that said, Gina G, like I said, it has been an honor. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Have a Merry Christmas. Like I said, God bless you and your family. From Celia and I, and we will. Hey, if you happen to be in this year's Hall of Fame, we'll have we'll have the induction ceremony coming up in January. We'll be talking to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas. Take care.
I'm honored to be part of the family.
Well, hey, we are honored to have you. Take care, Gina. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I think y'all know what time it is now. Man, that was a great one. I wish we could talk some more sports, but there was just so many great moments with these guests. Well, I think it's about that time to cue the music, because we're out of here. All right, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great one, man. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so much for the sports talk, right? It's all good, man. Well, you just got to sum it up. Baseball, get it together, because we want baseball back. MLB. NFL, you got my picks for this week. You know what's up. In college football, very simple. You already know what's going on, college football fans. Tune in for 3 and Out College Edition with Taryn Rodriguez and myself. We'll be bringing you the latest and all that. Coming up, the next chapter of that will be coming up next Tuesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Of course, you know where all the sports are. Big shout out to our sponsors. Well, you know where all the sports are here at IE Sports Radio, y'all. You're there for all the other sports. Shout out to all of our sponsors, y'all. The SoCal Warriors, the team in which I play on. Big ups. And yes, gotta show love to Wisconsin, finally a champion, of course. NCAA women's volleyball, they got it done. First championship ever. And there is a girl with a last name Knuckles that is freaking awesome. That is the coolest last name. One of the coolest last names I've ever heard. So, with that said, and she's on Nebraska, of course. She's on the Wisconsin, but still really cool name. Anyway, big ups to Miss Retke, of course, for helping Wisconsin win their first ever national championship in program history. Of course, in the world of soccer, so many champions to crown, but this year, amazing NYCFC winning their first ever in amazing fashion over the Portland Timber. So many great things, but that is for another day. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week. Well, actually, next week we'll continue on with the defining moment. Of course, I think the 26th I'll have a show coming up in a couple of days, a regular episode of the defining moment. But, of course, coming up, we will have the induction ceremony in the first week of January, so be ready for that. Time to be determined. But big ups, man. Thank you to everybody who joined us today. Of course, Mr. Taryn Rodriguez, Mr. Adam Karnick, Mr. Andrew Hagenball, and I gotta get his name right, Mr. Davidson Crooks. Big ups to everybody in the chat room, and great show as always, Larry. Well, thank you very much, Taryn. Appreciate you, brother. And that's gonna do it. The voting poll will be up within the next 5 minutes. If you have your favorites, make sure you go ahead and get your vote in for who they are. There's 2 voting polls, so you'll see the 2 polls that come out. Of course, it's 1 versus 8. Well, 1-8 and 2-6. Then we will have the other order, whatever that is. So you know how that goes, y'all. And we're excited. So yeah, 1, 8, 2, and 7, that is. And then, of course, 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 will be in the other voting poll. That's the seating order. And that is it, y'all. For me, your boy Larry B. We will see you next time. Of course, once again, big shout out to the SoCal Warriors and to Background Check International, our sponsors. For all of our guests here today, best of luck to you all. Well, keep you in the best of faith. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone! For me, your boy Larry B. For my beautiful soon-to-be wife Cecilia. And for IE Sports Radio, the entire IE Sports Radio family. Peace! We will see y'all next time. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.